What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but Geoff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cost stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt, cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Geoff Wilson, Geoff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Geoff Wilson, Geoff Wilson. Did you dip, Geoff? I think you dipped, Geoff. What you talking about? I don't think you dipped yet. Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs, like his whole failed thing with them NFTs, taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay, he's getting money. Even better, tax-free, loving all the stimulus from PPP. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Geoff Wilson, Geoff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Geoff Wilson, Geoff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Geoff Wilson, Geoff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit.
B-side on the beat.
What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but Geoff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cost stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt, cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Geoff Wilson, Geoff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Geoff Wilson, Geoff Wilson. Did you dip, Geoff? I think you dipped, Geoff. What you talking about? I don't think you dipped yet. Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs, like his whole failed thing with them NFTs, taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay, he's getting money. Even better, tax-free, loving all the stimulus from PPP. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Geoff Wilson, Geoff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Geoff Wilson, Geoff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Geoff Wilson, Geoff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit.
What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, guys are doing well out there. Got an echo in my ear, and we are at the secret location with super producer Tim in the background, who is seen raise $4 million this week, knowing that our equity stake in Sports Card Radio has got to be worth $4.2 million. If a site with no traffic, no views, no nothing is worth that much, then we've got to be worth 4.2. We've got so much to talk about. It is a busy sports day. You had the Masters tee off today. One of the greatest sports days of the year. We've got so much news in the hobby as well. We had moves over at eBay and Goldin and PSA. We've got, obviously, the aforementioned Collect website that went live this week, and they had a big story to cover with their $4 million in backing. We are awaiting the email or the DM from Mr. Rovell offering us a couple of that million for Sports Card Radio. But luckily for you, the faithful chat and fans of Sports Card Radio, the diehard and loyal fans of Sports Card Radio, that buyout offer did not come. Mr. Ken Goldin got the call this week. Mr. Rovell got the call over the past couple of weeks. Sports Card Radio, unfortunately, did not get that call, but fortunately for all of you, it means we are now live. Thursday, April 11th, worldwide, 5:34 Pacific time now, 8:34 on the East Coast, where we also got news. There is going to be a brand new event on the East Coast, run by none other than Fanatics, and it's going to be called the Fan Fest in New York City. We've already got our VIP passes over here at Sports Card Radio and our first class airfare to the great city of New York City, which I have never visited. So I'm very excited to do that. We've already got Brian Gray, former CEO and founder of Leaf Trading Cards, offering us to buy us dinner. Ooh. We are completely entrenched with the Good Old Boy Network over here at Sports Card Radio. But man, we've got a lot to talk about. We've also got beef. Ryan posted a video earlier this week, and guys, beef is what's for dinner. Mr. Joe Morelli is hot, guys. Looks like a stand-up little white boy right there, but tell you what, he was posting those death threats and insults like he stood 6'5" and he's like a UFC fighter. Tell you what, guys, he tried to pull up. I think he even tried to get our parents involved. Which is kind of laughable since we are now 40 some odd years old. And I think we've been living on our own longer than we lived with our parents. So it's been a long time, but Mr. Morelli is hot and he's from StarStock. So we've got to talk about StarStock since a lot of your influencers out there pumped the second tier marketplace website. They pumped second tier grading websites. They pumped pretty much everything that was second tier. And what we've learned over the past week, especially, Ryan, is you really should deal with the big boys. We've talked about buying and selling cards really extensively on this show. Who are the two sites, Ryan, that we've talked about extensively on the show, telling people like, hey, we like buying on these sites. We like selling on these sites. What are the two sites that we do?
We like the vaults. So Goldin and ComC have been two websites I'm sure that people have noticed that we've been pimping.
And that's right. And both of them got the call from eBay over the past couple of months with little equity stakes. And so that's why we're eagerly awaiting. I even had to check my spam folder, Ryan, wondering if the CEO of eBay had reached out to us looking for an equity investment, since the two sites that we've pimped, unlike Mr. Geoff Wilson, who has a book out this week, it looks like. Geoff Wilson gets the book deals. Geoff Wilson suggest you guys buy cards at the top. And Ryan, do you remember the two marketplaces that he suggested that you buy cards on during the pandemic? Do you remember the two sites?
I'm trying to go to them right now. Dibs.io. This is what he said this was going to be like the biggest investment ever in sports cards. The only enterprise infrastructure for asset-backed NFTs. Does anybody know what that means? This might as well be in German and Spanish and Bangladesh and Bulgarian. I don't even know what that freaking means. But this is a site that Geoff Wilson drove you to quite prominently. And of course, StarStock, which is now trying to steal $1.3 million cards from you. We have received death threats, quite literally death threats from former employees of StarStock. We'll go over that today. And maybe we'll go over some of the influencers that also pump this site besides Geoff Wilson. But yeah, I am getting, as of 2 hours ago, I was getting death threats from a former employee of StarStock who texted me my address, who texted me my parents' name, who had some very choice words for me. I don't know about you guys. I'm old. But when a little tweep like this starts literally texting me from my phone number, not through Instagram DMs, not through Sports Card Radio email or Facebook, or no, through my personal phone, these came in. So we'll be sure to go over all of that. So I'm sure I'll be a little fired up today. But what else you want to talk about on the show? I did notice that former hobby hero up until about the year 1991, Orenthal James Simpson, died today.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldin. Always got to maybe mention them in the same sentence as Mr. Simpson. But obviously, Mr. Simpson had children and Mr. Simpson had a family too. So honestly, with all seriousness, our thoughts are with his family at this time. Regardless of what you think about Mr. Simpson, I think most people that were alive in those days, doesn't look like Joe Morelli, probably followed the O.J. Simpson trial at any time in his life. He's probably a little too young from that. But I tell you what, Mr. Simpson was, somewhat lucky, and it sounds like maybe unlucky in his life. He got caught up in that. I tell you what, the thing he went to jail for was actually sports trading cards and memorabilia. And so this business can, it can create some fortunes, but it can also send you to jail. That was the one thing that he actually ended up getting in trouble for in his life. And but we know if the glove doesn't fit, Ryan, what do you got to do?
You must have quit.
That's right. So where do you want to start tonight?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Sorry.
We've buried the lead on the entire show. You've kind of alluded to it a couple times that, first of all, I take back everything bad I said about this website a couple weeks ago and hobby journalism, because I found out just a couple days ago, thank you to the person who sent me this email, you know who you are, who sent me this article, that Darren Rovell raised $4 million, folks, for a no revenue, no articles, no nothing startup website called CLLCT. I don't know how much equity he sold. Maybe he only sold 10%, and so he was valuing it at 40 million. Maybe he sold 20% and he was valuing them at 20 million. So if CLLCT is worth, let's just call it 10 million. How much do you think Sports Card Radio is worth?
I mean, I don't want to even throw out a number, since it seems like, Ryan, we're in an era right now that I haven't seen in sports cards maybe in a little while. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had PSA by SGC. That was a big deal. You have, it looks like Beckett's trying to rise from the dead and kind of resurrect their business. Cardboard Connection, I don't even know if they're publishing articles anymore. So you had kind of that website maybe create some opportunity in terms of information. I don't even know. Are they still publishing stuff over here?
Nope.
So yeah, Cardboard Connection is not even publishing articles anymore.
It's dead.
So it's pretty much dead. So it has opened up the door here. And the fact that, $4 million in backing, that's not valuing the whole website at $4 million. That means they got $4 million at a higher valuation. If they bought, maybe it's a $10 million. If they bought 50% of the company, it's an $8 million valuation. I tell you what, if a brand new startup, informative website with no traffic, no eyeballs, no articles is worth millions of dollars. Sports Card Radio has been around 15 years, got thousands of articles. Everybody thinks we just get on here and all we do is talk and talk crap on people and talk mess. The truth of the matter is, Ryan, we make more money on positive content than maybe anybody in the industry. You have a card show calendar that is 100% free. We get multiple emails a day about card show promoters wanting to put their stuff on there. You put it up here for free. There are thousands of checklists and thousands of other articles on Sports Card Radio. The truth is, like 1% of what we do is actually bashing on Jeff Wilson, bashing on Card Collector 2, bashing on these influencers. We kind of come on here and have a little bit of fun with that. The truth of the matter is, a lot of this other content still gets a lot of traffic. And I tell you what, if Cardboard Connection is dead and Collect is raising $4 million, you know who's the happiest right now? Other than Mr. Ryan himself. When Mr. Kim,
that's true,
was 2 golf balls deep in another man's wife, he was thinking about that 4.2.
What's 4.2 of 4 million?
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
That's like hella money.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And so Tim might be the one of the wealthiest sports card investors in the hobby right now. And so it's a good day for everybody over here at Sports Card Radio. And we owe it all to the chat. Ryan, who do we got? BK Sports Cards. Is Bob Boozle in the chat? Yes, he is. Thank God. His wife let him come in. It looks like we got a super chat for $1.99 from Casillas. Thank you for the $1.99. I saw Christine in the chat. Christine is quite lovely. We're very, very happy to have Christine as a fan of the show.
We are.
and
Queen City Cards.
Queen
in the
City
house.
Cards as well.
Queen City Cards.
Queen
in the
City
house.
Cards as well. You guys know who you are. We appreciate it. John Winkler, everybody, Brian Bayless in the chat. We appreciate you guys. And when our payday comes, I'm sure eBay is just, talking with the attorneys and the lawyers. When our payday comes, we'll sure. Oh, Ryan, where should we start? We're kind of rambling here. Where should we start in terms of topics? We got a lot to talk about.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but Shohei Ohtani's little interpreter, his little butt buddy, got busted not only for stealing money out of Ohtani's account for betting purposes, but he also, in the last few months, actually, on eBay and on whatnot, bought over 1,000 baseball cards worth more than $325,000. This was in the indictment published against Ohtani's little interpreter / butt buddy. Apparently, Ohtani provided his cell phone to law enforcement, and they say that there is no evidence that he knew what his little butt buddy was doing, which I actually totally don't believe. Totally don't believe. But if you guys want to make sure that Ohtani's innocent so that it protects your sport, be my guess. But I thought that was really interesting. Much like a lot of people in this world and in this hobby, looks like Ohtani's interpreter went absolutely crazy buying baseball cards. So, gosh damn, he spent like $3,000 a card. So I'd love to know what he bought. I'm sure actually we might actually at some point find out. Maybe there'll be a government auction for them. So, and yes, we are using a shared mic tonight because we haven't gotten our $4 million investment, but it's coming. We did get death threats from a StarStock employee, and he told me that, hopefully I get a real job someday. Hopefully he's watching and he realizes that I have a website probably worth $10 to $20 million. What the fuck do I need a job for? But interesting information about Mr. Ohtani and his bets. And I know, hey, look, we've built this brand over a number of years, but gosh, we probably should give 0.8% equity to Geoff Wilson, to this man right here, who wrote a sports card collecting and investing for dummies. Somebody did actually make a nice point. They're like, hey, a sports card investing book, and you put a little kid on the front. I do not want to judge a book, though, by its cover, and I also do not want to judge a book that I did not read. Geoff, if you are watching, or anybody associated with Sports Card Invested, I'm disappointed in you guys. When you guys release a book, you send that motherfucker out to like 100 different people and get them talking about it. If you sent a book to us and we either spoke positively or negatively about it, we would have sold 100 books for you or more, no matter what we decided or how we critiqued the book. So I guess I'm going to have to, raise some money like Darren Rovell did, go to Amazon, buy this book, since Geoff is a fucking moron and he should have sent us one of these. And we'll read the book and we'll give a few review, but I do want to get your thoughts on Geoff Wilson and his book. What do you think?
I mean, honestly, the cover looks a little cheap to me. I haven't been keeping up with the Dummies series, which I think this falls under. There's computer programming for dummies. Obviously, everybody knows this. I'm not a huge fan of the cover. Looks a little cheap. Looks almost like he self-published this. I don't think Geoff wrote this book. Sounded like to me that, like most people, you don't actually write your own book. You have somebody else write it for you. And so, yeah, I don't think he actually wrote this book. But for a guy with a track record, and certainly his staff is probably to blame as well. I mean, his staff wrote into his teleprompter that Bo Bichette plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now they're writing books about sports card collecting and investing. And they're putting, I don't know, what is that, a 13-year-old kid on the front? I mean, seems a little strange to me. But again, this hobby is strange. Websites with no articles and no content are raising $4 million. And Sports Card Radio is over here sharing mics and, talking to one of the largest live audiences that you'll see in the hobby. So the hobby is a little strange.
It certainly is. So Geoff, send us a book. We'll review it. We'll get you some book sales. We did talk briefly about the Fanatics Fest, which was announced today. This is going to be happening like 2 weeks after the National in Cleveland. Look, folks, I ain't going to Cleveland. Cleveland is a dump. So when I heard about this today, I saw a bunch of people dumping on it, and it's going to be expensive and all this shit. You couldn't pay me to go to Cleveland. Couldn't pay me. Maybe
It's
$4
going to
million.
be expensive to go to Cleveland.
No shit.
You know what I mean? Like, what's it to fly into Cleveland? There's not. I mean, like, I was looking for flights into New York City. I've never flown into New York City, and so I was looking at flights, and it's like, I mean, if you wanted to sit coach, you could fly in for like $400. You know, not to flex my, you know, I flex my Rolexes and my cars and my Louis bags, which are both sitting over here. I'll do that on a pretty regular basis. You know, when you roll, if you're gonna fly on a plane,
What is this shit?
I mean, if you're gonna, that was like $5.
How much was this?
That was free. I mean, it wasn't free. I joined the Scotty Camera Club, and they gave me that.
How much was this?
The backpack was like $3. So you can't get on an airplane with like.
What came in this?
It was something for my wife.
What else is over here?
That's about it. You can't get on a plane with like $8,000 in Louis luggage and fly coach. So first class, you can get out to New York City for $1,600, but I guarantee you try to fly into Cleveland, guys, it's like, it's not going to be cheap. And then you got to get the hotel, which is probably what, it's not like they got sky rises in Cleveland.
Well, it's 30 minutes away from the venue.
That too. You got to get a rental car there too, right? I mean, there are going to be enough Ubers in Cleveland. It's been a while since I've been in Cleveland. Not to
Thank
talk
God.
shit on the great state of Cleveland, not even, the great city of Cleveland,
I will.
also the great state of Ohio. I'm a huge Cincinnati Bengals fan. We've been to Ohio.
Yeah.
It's no disrespect, but guys, it's Cleveland compared to New York City. This is like comparing. I'm trying to think of Two Girls in the Hobby. I don't really want to go down that route right now.
Don't go down that road.
But
Wait a couple hours.
how about this? It's like comparing Sports Card Radio's chat to Collect's chat. If Collect with Darren Rovell went live, I guarantee you he ain't going to have the lively chat that we do compared to anybody else in this hobby. But we're talking about New York City here. It's at the Javits Center, which looks like a fine facility to have a conference. You're right in the middle of it. It looks absolutely spectacular. This is the type of event that when it happens, I signed up immediately, and I got the VIP pass. I think the VIP pass was $400 or $500, and you can get in though for like $130 for the whole week.
Yeah.
I mean, people are saying this is expensive.
No,
it's
it's not.
$130. Go stay over in Philly, take the train in, and it's going to be about the same price. Also, what we talked about is, and look, 100% transparent here. Nobody from Fanatics emailed us.
Hell no.
Nobody from Fanatics is telling us to pump this. But here's the deal. They're going to give you free stuff. We've been to the Tops events where you get these exclusive sets. There's going to be exclusive cards. There's going to be exclusive stuff there. You're going to be able to turn around with your phone, list that on eBay, and sell it. Just like you can at the National. You get the exclusive cards at the National. If you sell them right away, you can get top dollar for that, and it can help supplement your trip. Now, if somebody from Fanatics wants to sponsor Sports Card Radio, wants to get us in the door, we're more than welcome to do that. We'd be happy to do that. But we do have a dinner already paid for by Mr. Brian Gray, who looks like he's excited about the event. He's going to be attending there. Ryan, do you think if we're in New York City with Brian Gray, should we get him on the program?
I think that'd be a lot of fun,
I think it would be.
but only after we eat at like a 5-star establishment.
That he pays for.
It's correct, because we haven't gotten our $4 million yet, but it's coming, guys. Guys, it's coming. All you guys are setting up group rake websites and trying to be hype beast, the hustle culture. I'm sitting back and realizing, gosh, Darren Rovell raised $4 million for a website that didn't even exist. And honestly, when I was clicking around on it, I was like, I could probably set something up
Oh, this was set up in
just like this.
Oh, you could set this up in an afternoon. This is nothing.
We have a $20 million business sitting over here. So needless to say, everything's going well over here. Tim is feeling great. Wait, can we get an update from Tim? Tim, Tim.
Yeah.
What's up?
We'll get serious here in a
Tim.
minute, but let's
What's up with the females? What's up with the married women? When I was at the card show, a lot of we had a lot of people coming up and wanting to know about your relationships and what you got going down there. So you meet more married couples, married women, single women. Give it to us. What's the update from the last week?
Yeah, still I'm talking to 2 different couples now, and
Not one, not two.
yeah, and then some couple of single ladies. Yeah, I'm living nice here in the South Bay.
You live in nice, and as soon as we get that 20, what's 4% of $20 million? The rest of the show fee, because I think that's about what Sports Card Radio is probably worth, $10 to $20 million. So whatever 4.2% of that, then you can start. You know, the married women might be flooding Tim's DMs here in a minute because he about to have a lot of money. But we're excited to go to New York City. Yeah, as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, I'm going. You couldn't catch me dead in Cleveland. I've been to this national 2 different times. You won't talk shit on Cleveland or Ohio, but I will. I mean, gosh, place is a dump. The IX Center, the IX Center is literally in the middle of nowhere. Cleveland doesn't have anything open past 7 o'clock that's somewhat useful. It's ghetto as hell, and we're from the ghetto, so we can say that. So all you guys going to national, go right ahead. We're going to the Fanatics Fest.
Hold on. Like, look, if you want to go to the national, I don't think this is like a competition here. If you want to go to the national, July 24th to the 28th, I think you'll have a fantastic time, whether if it's in Cleveland or Miami Beach. I think you'll have a great time. But I think if you look at the perspective is you've got to pay to go to these things, right? Okay. Like even a lot of the dealers that are setting up.
This is expensive.
Yeah, I mean, and at some point, if you plan this late, I gotta imagine the hotels fill up, the rental cars run out, the airfare gets more expensive. It's not like there's endless flights flying into Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot. It's a major city, but it's not like New York City, where you can fly out of in California. You can fly out of 8 different airports and get to New York City in an afternoon. So it's not that big of a deal, and you can connect there pretty affordable. Honestly, it was pretty affordable if you were willing to fly coach. So, I mean, I don't look at this as one or the other. I just look at it as Fanatics is upping the bar, and that's something that we talked about early on with Fanatics. Is they are going to elevate the experience. That we are going to go from the national in Cleveland, which is like owning a Casio or driving a Honda. No disrespect. I've owned Casio watches. I've driven a Honda. But Fanatics is going to take it from owning that to driving a Mercedes, wearing a Rolex. Like, I think that's where we're heading with Fanatics. There's going to be I mean, look at the athletes. I mean, I'm sure the national has really, really good athletes showing up for signatures. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get Derek Jeter's autograph, Tom Brady's autograph, Kevin Durant's autograph, Hulk Hogan's autograph. Gary V, I'm sure you'll be able to get it.
What the hell's he doing on there?
Yeah, I mean, he might be a sponsor. He might be sponsoring the whole thing, or part of it or whatever. But if you're able to go to this for a couple $100, it was like whatever. If you don't want to be VIP, it was $100 and something bucks. And you could score Tom Brady's autograph or even a picture with him. Like, is that not worth $100? And I understand New York City's more expensive. You don't have to stay in the heart of New York City. You don't have to stay at the Ritz-Carlton or the Trump Tower like we're going to stay.
Goddamn right.
So I'm excited. It's finally and look, if the National was in New York City, I would go. The National was in Miami, I would go. If the National was down in Southern California, I would go. If it was in Seattle, I would go. But it goes to these kind of like 4th or 5th tier cities because they can get the event center for free. They say it's a nonprofit organization. I don't believe
Look at this shit. You want to go here?
I don't believe that.
You want to go here? Look at that snow. You want to go there? Does that look like a place you want to go?
You've been there.
I've been there twice.
You've been there twice. Okay, so you can speak from experience.
So exactly.
You wouldn't catch me dead.
You wouldn't
wouldn't
catch me.
dead there.
It's given the choice. If there was a choice, and a lot of people, they can't afford to go to both these events. They're also only like 2-3 weeks apart. Given the choice, Fanatics Fest NYC, 7 days out of the week, 365 days out of the year. You're in New York. Cleveland sucks. There's not going to be snow on the ground, hopefully in July, but that would be a catastrophic event for Cleveland. But you're 20, 30 minutes from anything, quote, cool in Cleveland. Let alone you fly in with some marijuana and you're looking for a pipe and nothing's open in Cleveland. I mean, my God, my experience sucked there. Nice hotel across from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Terrible.
And the Browns Stadium. Place is fucking terrible, though. I'd rather go to New York City, August 16th through the 18th, 2024. We're probably going to influence at least 50 to 100 people to go to this. So you're welcome, Fanatics. Our valuation on our website just went from 4 million to 20 million. Thanks to Collect. Again, I do want to apologize to Darren Ravel and anything negative we said about this website a couple weeks ago. We're full-fledged supporters of this website because if your website is worth at least $4 million, my guess is he raised like 25%. My guess is he valued this at like $20 million. Oh boy, you guys keep breaking cards. I'll keep setting up websites that are worth $20 million. But we're very excited to go to this show in New York City.
Yeah,
Absolutely ecstatic.
Look, I'd be excited just to pull up to New York City on its own. I've never been. It's one of the great cities that I've never been to. I've been to almost every great city in the United States. New York City is not one of them. So, and look, it's just like California. It's got its problems from a politics perspective, from a homeless perspective. It's got its problems. It's not like I'm going to be walking around. I'm going to be walking down the street without looking over my shoulder. Okay, believe me, I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be looking over both shoulders. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find some pepper spray since I ain't going to be traveling with the Glock. So, yeah, I'll be looking over my shoulder in New York City, and I may not bring the Louis bag to the Javits Center, but I'm excited. I'm excited to go to New York. Excited to meet up with some other people in the industry. Sports Card Radio was certainly on the outside of things, but I think as we've really come over here to YouTube, people have realized the value, and I don't think it has anything to do with us. It has to do with everybody that's watching right now. It has to do with super producer Tim coming in. I think he's added a lot to the program and added a lot to the live stream. And so we have nobody to thank but everybody else out there. And we'll certainly come, and if you can't make it to New York City, we'll try to give you as close of an inside look as possible, and we'll cover it from an unbiased perspective. If we show up and it sucks, guys, we'll tell you. If it shows up and it blows, it's overpriced, we'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll let you know. If it shows up and we paid, I'm like, this is going to be like probably about a $10,000 drop. Only because I'm not going to stay in, especially in New York City, just like in San Francisco. I wouldn't recommend anybody stay in a whack hotel in San Francisco. Dude, you are going to have to fight through the homeless and crime. Your car's going to get broken into, all this other stuff. Same thing with New York City. We're going to stay fat. We're going to stay at the nicest hotels. We're going to eat at the nicest restaurants. We're not going to ride the subway. We're going to get Ubered and ushered in and out of that. If we make all our money back, it'd be great. If this is a ripoff, a complete ripoff, we'll certainly let you know. And we'll try to cover it. Again, nobody from Fanatics is paying us, at least as of now. If they do call and buy out Sports Card Radio, obviously that'll be the benefit to everybody, because then you could rely on Collect and Beckett for all your news again, which I think obviously would be great for the hobby. So
I think, do you think Collect got a death threat from a former StarStock employee today? You think that happened?
My guess is very few reporters at Collect are going to get death threats because they're not going to cover the hobby from that angle.
Okay.
They're going to cover the auctions. They're going to get the auction houses, which are getting all this money. PW. I mean, right now you've got a big competition going on between Goldin, who just got equity stake at eBay, and PWCC.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Fanatics with their own auction thing. And now you got eBay putting their chips in. eBay's putting their chips in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
They invested in Check On My Cards, and now they invested in Goldin. So they're like, you got two people playing heads up poker, and I'll tell you right now, both of them are both companies are probably worth about the same amount. eBay's already on the public market. I think it's worth about 20 some odd billion. And I've seen the estimates for Fanatics. That site, that whole company, not just the trading card business, but that whole company is at least by most accounts, is like a 20 or $30 billion company. So you got two $20 billion, $30 billion companies putting their chips in the middle when it comes to sports marketplaces. And so who is Collect going to target when you got a $20 million valuation or whatever? I don't know the valuation, but they got $4 million from investors. Those investors don't want to light the money on fire like Geoff Wilson does. They want to see a return. These are actual real investors investing in stuff like this.
Right here.
Geoff Wilson invests in the scrap that these guys turn away. These guys are like the people that invest in Collect, they're going to want a return. And so they're going to get their advertising money through Goldin. They're going to get advertising money through PWCC. They're going to get advertising money through Fanatics. My guess is Collect will have a big presence or a presence at this NYC Fan Fest. They'll have a presence at the National. They'll do other different types of things. PSA will probably maybe do advertising or do things through
They're
them.
right here. So yeah, they're right there.
So it's all going to be connected. It's all going to be connected. So I can't remember the question that you had, but you asked if they had death threats. No, that is unique to Sports Card Radio. People think that they can pull up on two guys from the hood in Stockton, and we say that, and I think people think we're joking, Ryan. I think people think that we're joking. Stockton, California is as ghetto as they come. And I've walked almost every inch of that town.
What does that say right there? Stockton is also one of the most dangerous places to live in America.
Right. Right.
Is that what that says?
That's what that says. So this is where we're from. This is where we've spent, now we're in our 40s, but I spent half my life in that town. And so, you grow up in that environment. I think a lot of people, look.
This story checks out. There are some super ghetto places in Oakland, California.
Oakland. Yeah.
Stockton at number 2. I'm fine with that. I'll take a back seat to Oakland because there's some spots in Oakland where trust and believe you don't.
I wouldn't go to Oakland.
You trust and believe in the daytime.
Stockton, I'd walk through downtown at pitch black at night and not be scared. I would not even go in broad daylight. I'd be a little scared in Oakland. No.
Honest to God, I'd be scared in Oakland as well.
In Stockton, no.
Stockton, never scared.
You probably know the homie, like the guy.
Right. You went to high school.
Yeah.
So there you go. So when people pull up for death threats from us, it's first of all, it ain't like we never heard death threats before.
Right.
It ain't like we don't know people who have died before. So we'll get into that a little later in the show. I can't wait actually to talk about those different things. Ohio's an open carry state.
Hey,
So,
baby.
Wait, did our plans just change? Are we headed to Cleveland?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I just respect states that have that, and I think California, believe it or not, I think open carry is legal. I don't, not that you would want to. I don't really think open carry is something that you actually want to do, even if it's legal. I think you're giving up all the advantage that you have. What you want to do is be locked and loaded and look like a scrub. Because then you have the element of surprise, and so clearly I will not be locked and loaded, unfortunately, in New York City because I do believe it's a felony to do that.
B Rome says he'll only go to a show to meet Colin and Ryan. So come out to a lot of these shows out in California. We might be at the Las Vegas show, the Front Row Card Show in Las Vegas coming up in a couple weeks.
I might meet you out there if you do that.
Come on out.
Yeah, next week we'll be in Vegas.
I talked to the person who runs the show. His name is Dan. He's a super nice guy. And I think he's even going to send us some free tickets. So we certainly appreciate that at Sports Card Radio, since we haven't gotten the equity stake that Darren Rovell did. But we'll be out here in Las Vegas. I'll probably be in Pasadena at this show because I'll be in Bel Air for the entire month of May. And so come on out and see us. We will be set up at the True Sports Card Show, Sacramento. I think this same weekend. Colin will be there. I might be down in Pasadena hanging out. So definitely come out. I was at the Concord show this past weekend. I have a blast at these sports card shows. I mean, I fucking love going to these shows and hanging out and just soaking in the vibe. These shows are so much busier. There's so many more people. There's so much more commerce. There's so many cards being traded and sold. There's so much more activity than there used to be at these. I used to show up at these shows, and first of all, I was the youngest person there by 20 years, and I'd be the only, and there'll only be like 5 other people there. And I couldn't understand how do these shows even exist. Now do I go to these shows? I was at the Concord show from whatever it was, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And there was somebody at my table, either flipping through my 50-cent box, my $10 slabs, or looking at my showcase the entire time. And I was in the second room in the back next to Dale Ball. So I certainly didn't have like a prime location or wasn't featured or, anything like that, which is fine. Totally fine to me. Because once they cranked on the AC, it was absolutely lovely in there. But I'm telling you, these card shows across the country have gotten amazing. We will be at a few. Please come up to us. If you see us, don't be shy. Come up to us. Tell us what you've been buying. Tell us what you've been selling. Tell us about how you feel about Geoff Wilson. Tell us how you feel about Tim banging married women with their husband watching.
At the last show that we went to at the Cow Palace, we felt a little bit like Card Collector 2 and Geoff Wilson. People are asking to take photos with us. So it does actually happen. People do appreciate the content as usual. I think we're completely bearing the lead. We're 45. I think we're both been drinking a little too much. So talk about the death threats. Let's go in depth on this and then we'll get to the other topics that we have today.
Wow. Okay. We go right to the death threats, baby. These came in a couple hours before the show. Joe Morelli, who was the former business development representative at StarStock. He currently works at another company. He texted my personal phone number. Again, this was today at 3:05 Pacific time. So literally just a little over 3 hours ago. I'll read it for you guys. Next time you put my name in a video centered around fraud, I suggest clearing the air that I was simply a kid out of college doing his job. I'm in a high-level position now, and having my name front and center on a fraud story is not the smartest thing to do on your part. God, I'm a 42-year-old grown man. I'm a 42-year-old grown man. This guy's saying this to me. Okay, well, not the smartest thing to do on my part, but would expect nothing less. I have no idea about the fraud coming from StarStock was committing, and also not one thing you said about StarStock was true. Take it from someone who no longer cares about or collects sports cards. I'll tell you the whole truth about StarStock if you remove my name from your bullshit sports card drama. So this coming from a former employee of God, I wish I took that sponsorship money from them now.
So I think that's the first problem with a lot of these websites. They hired Joe Morelli. I think in all of that, I don't really care what he says about us or you. It doesn't really matter. But what he said is, I don't care. What did he say? I don't care about
cards
or collect sports cards. Yeah. This is who these companies are hiring. This is who's raising money in this hobby. And they're hiring people who don't care or collect sports cards. And people will get on here and say, oh, you don't know the third running back on the Atlanta Falcons? Oh, you don't know the backup quarterback on the Green Bay Packers? It's like, no, I don't. Honestly, I don't. I have 2 children, and
a $20 million website. We have a $20 million fucking dollar website.
Yeah, I have a website.
We don't know. We don't have to know who Bijan Robinson is.
I know. I know the 5 Rolex watches that were released.
Thank you.
But I don't know everything about every athlete anymore. But this is the problem in this hobby. You're StarStock, and you hire I don't know what was he hired at StarStock to do?
Business development.
So he was hired at StarStock for business development, and he doesn't care about trading cards, nor does he collect trading cards. What are you doing if you're StarStock? And we see this time and time again in this hobby. People either get hired because they worked at Beckett or because they worked at Panini, not because they did a good job there.
No.
Not because they grew the business there,
They couldn't get a job anywhere else.
but because they had that on the resume. And then we hire guys like Joe Morelli who don't even collect or care about sports cards. Ryan, what did we do all day? We were listing trading cards. We were fondling trading cards. I was buying trading cards over the last 3 days. I didn't have time today to sit down and look at it. I've probably spent $2,000 on trading cards just over the past like 2 weeks.
I'm trying to spend $2,000 right now on
Right.
cards. Well, he wasn't done. This was maybe the most tame message. That was the first message he sent me. He later sent me, how about I just meet you at, and I blacked out my address. He literally sent me my address that I currently live at. My name goes on your channel tonight and you're done. Because I told him, hey, why don't you just call in? You're messing with the wrong person. And I seriously mean that. Leave my name in your sports card video and stay living in your own world. You bring me into this further and you're really going to wish you didn't. Again, I'm a 42-year-old grown man. This man looks very, very young. Like somebody, again, I grew up in quite literally one of the most dangerous places in America. Grew up in one of the most dangerous places in America. You think I'm going to be intimidated by some text messages from a Joe Morelli from fucking Mammoth Rock, New York? I bet that's not one of the most dangerous places in America. Anyways, I told him my texts are in blues. I said, your name, picture, LinkedIn will all be shown tonight. I'm grown and not scared of you at all, buddy. And I also mentioned I can add your face to Sports Card Radio, which might be more damaging than anything in a video, because if prospective clients or people you want Google your name, perhaps a scammer article comes up, but that's up to you. He says, that's fine, go ahead. I said, I will. And this is where he got a little aggressive. He says, you have the right to not be scared of me. I mean, I'd put you 6 feet under. Again, this is a former employee of StarStock. I'd put you 6 feet under in a fight, but I'd be scared of other stuff if I were you. What's more scary than dying? I really guess you have nothing to live for. Here's the funniest, and here's the funniest statement of them all. Maybe you find a real job one day. And now time out. You can threaten to kill me. You can show me my address. In a minute, he's going to show me my parents' name. You can say all of that and it doesn't bother me. But when you tell me maybe you need a real job one day, Joe Morelli, if you're watching, and I invited you actually onto the show to watch, Joe Morelli, buddy, Darren Ravel got a $4 million for a website that doesn't exist, doesn't have revenue, doesn't have shit. What do you think my website is worth? Like literally, I'm not even being facetious. What do you think my website is worth, Joe? So fuck you. Anyways, he continued. He mentioned both my parents' name, who are probably watching. Shout out to our mom and dad. He mentioned my mom and dad will be brought into this. He mentioned their names. I said, call in tonight. And he said, nah, I'll just come see you in person. Better learn how to fight. Again, I'm a 40-year-old man who grew up in one of the most dangerous cities in America. I doubt he's going to show up. So I put 2 laughing emojis. He said, instead of making a video like a little high school girl, do you want to just fight instead? Again, this is a former employee of StarStock. I'll fly out. We can box you anywhere you want. If you win, I'll tell you everything you need to know about StarStock. So this is, if anybody needs to know why StarStock failed, here's example A, B, C, and D. He's not done. I told him, hey, you sent me an email. He was mad I showed his name in a video. I said, I can definitely show it on video. Sorry you're upset, but nothing I'm willing to do for you. He said, just wouldn't be ideal if a client of mine collects cards and watches your video. Oops, my bad. Boy, you sure as hell wouldn't want you to search their name and for something like an article on Sports Card Radio to show up either, Joe. But if you care that much, nothing I can do. Oh, by the way, might want to investigate. And you can see that he edited. Wait, who did he want me to investigate? This is kind of interesting. A former business development representative of StarStock. Who did he want me to investigate? Oh, well, he edited out Mark Zablo, who I believe is at Rena Club, and Bleecker Trading. So Joe Morelli, he says everything. Oh. He trashes my journalism skills, but he does want me to investigate Arena Club and Bleecker Trading. So those were the threats that came in just a couple hours ago. We got our address, we got our parents' name, we've got, I'm going to be 6 feet under. I need a job, even though I have literally have a $20 million website, but for some reason I need a fucking job. What do you think about Joe Morelli?
So you said, what is more scarier than dying? Probably going to the Cleveland National in July, where you're surrounded by hundreds of millions of men.
Where you're in Cleveland.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that. If you want to go to the National, if you're going to the National, I think you're going to have a great time, whether if it's in Cleveland or Stockton, California. I sincerely believe you will have a great time. Whether or not you want to pay out of your own pocket to go to Cleveland versus NYC versus Miami versus Los Angeles, California versus Tennessee versus Oklahoma, Austin, Texas. I mean, there's a lot of states out there and a lot of cities out there that are absolutely popping right now. I don't necessarily think Cleveland is one of that. And we say that with all due respect, considering we're from one of the most dangerous places to live in America, let alone California. But Joe Morelli, look, he can run his mouth all he wants. I don't really care. But I think you brought up a good point. He brought up two people. Who did he bring up?
Arena Club and Bleecker Trading.
So Arena Club, who is Arena Club? Is that the breaking company that was backed by Derek Jeter?
Correct.
So he says we should look into Arena Club, which has sponsored ads on Google. So they're trying to buy in traffic. Which we know a lot about. I spend a lot of money every day on Google ads. So he says we should look up in Bleecker Trading. I can't say that I've heard of Bleecker Trading, but it looks like it's a trading card shop in the great state of New York, in New York City.
Wait. I think our girl Breaks with Jess works for Bleecker Trading. So maybe this is
Break with Jess.
Breaks with Jess has a Topps card.
Oh, wow. Okay. We're getting somewhere here.
We're doing a live investigation right here on Sports Card Radio.
Yes.
Breaks with Jess has a Bleecker Trading hat on. So a former employee at StarStock.
Yes.
And I love how he edited the message. He said, "Oh, by the way, might want to investigate Mark Zablow and Bleecker Trading."
Okay. What do you think Bleecker Trading could be? Let's start with Bleecker Trading since it has Break with Jess, the lovely Blake with Jess. What do you think? And we'll get to Mark Zablow here in a minute since he's a man and that plays second fiddle to the wonderful young lady that is Break with Jess. What do you think Bleecker Trading is up to that a former employee of StarStock thinks we should investigate? What do you think they could be doing that we should be investigating?
I think all these companies are around the same place. New York, Arena Club's probably in New York. Bleecker Trading, I think, comes out of New York. So my guess is there was some shady dealings that probably happened there. But
okay,
like, look, Mark Zablow, New York. So my guess is these guys kind of rub shoulders together. There was probably some integration between Bleecker Trading and StarStock that maybe went wrong or not. You wouldn't just say this if there wasn't a little smoke. Okay. And now take it that it is from this guy, Joe Morelli, who's literally, popping off to me. But it was weird that he, sent me that message and then he edited it. That was actually kind of weird.
So he regretted it after the fact. He sent it, pressed the send button, and then he hit the edit.
There's going to be a whole things this motherfucker is going to regret in his life. I mean, look at this little boy. Look at this little boy.
Right. Well,
I mean, I'm a 42-year-old grown man from Stockton who has had countless people email me, "Get my name off your website, take my picture off your website," so I could ruin this guy. Now he's young and I might show some mercy on him.
Okay.
But us guys from Stockton don't take kindly from guys from New York thinking they can fucking slap us around, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, no offense to the great city of New York City, but
you ain't second most dangerous.
You ain't second to most dangerous, sure. Behind Oakland, which is like when you from the second most dangerous spot in California and you're kind of scared to go to Oakland, like I'm not lying. Like I would not roll into Oakland. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Like I would not roll to Oakland.
Especially at night.
Oh, no way.
So,
no way.
Look, there were a lot of influencers. I named them on the last video. There's probably 20 influencers that fucking took money from this company. Yeah. Took money from this company, and now I'm getting death threats from former employees.
Yeah.
So I think Joe Morelli and all you people who are associated with StarStock, you better hope that I'm not pissed off in the next couple weeks, because I'll drag you guys all under the bus. If this is what I have to deal with, literally text to my personal phone with my parents' name, with my fucking address, with this guy threatening to basically put me 6 feet under. If I wasn't from Stockton and 42-year-olds, I might be scared. I might actually be scared.
Yeah, this was tactically, I think this was a mistake. Because let's say he does have a nutsack and he shows up to where your address is. He's premeditated this. Like, this is really, like, a DA would see this and it would be open and shut. First of all, if somebody shows up on your property and they start running their mouth,
And there's messages too.
like, I know we live in one of the more liberal states in the world, let alone the United States, but believe it or not, we actually live in a slightly more, I would say, maybe not you, but I certainly live in what is considered a slightly more conservative. There's actually more people that vote conservative in California than almost anywhere in the country, total population wise. There are parts of California that absolutely are conservative. And if somebody premeditates you and writes in text message, they're going to put you 6 feet under, and they're going to show up at your address. They put your parents' name in their mouth, and they show up on your property, and you put a 9mm in their chest, you ain't going to get charged with nothing. It won't even make the news. Like, stuff like this wouldn't even make the news. So if Joe Morelli wants to pull up, I say pull up, bro. Come out here to California, see what it's like. It's not like I know we make the news out here in California for a lot of things, and it's politics, it's this, that, and the other. Believe it or not, it's a big state. And I'm sure every state is like this. I've been to Florida recently. You know, everybody thinks you go to Florida and it's completely red, and it's not like that wherever you go. There's a mix of everything. Out here in California, it ain't as liberal as you think. And when you're from one of the most dangerous cities in America, let alone California, you're not really too nervous. But I think what he said, I think the highlights are he doesn't collect cards anymore, and he doesn't give an S about cards anymore, but he's still emailing us about our content about them.
He cares about himself. Like most of the people in this fucking industry, all he cares about is himself.
Fair enough.
Like, this is 99% of the people in this industry. They don't care about cards. They care about themselves and the money they make. Point blank, period. So if any of the people who got sponsored by StarStock wants to respond to this, maybe you know Joe, feel free to reach out to me. You guys took money from him, took money from StarStock, and I'm getting fucking death threats. That's part of the reason why, though, that, hate to mention this to you guys, especially you guys who have blogs, especially you guys who create content. That's part of the reason why we're worth probably up to $20 million and you're worth jack shit. Because you guys will take money from these fucking morons. Joe Morelli's a fucking moron.
But if they offered us $4.2 million for our website, we probably accept, right?
It'd be a snap accept. Come on, we ain't idiots. God damn, we grew up in a shitty place, but we ain't idiots. So that's StarStock for you guys. Actually, I did get an email from Brandon Steiner, the guy who apparently took over StarStock. He wants to come on the program. I don't have any interest in talking to him. Call Geoff. Call the guys who you sponsored. Call them.
Sure.
Call Find Your Trove. Call P. Ryan Collection, who him and his little buddy talk shit on us.
Yeah.
I love how some of you guys who fucking got sponsored by StarStock take swipes at Sports Card Radio. That's not going to happen anymore. I'm not going to allow that. If you took money from StarStock, you better be very careful when you put Sports Card Radio in your fucking mouth.
Sure. And hey, I got a couple of DMs this week about, like, why didn't we mention this influencer? Why didn't we mention that influencer on the StarStock? First of all, everybody got the email from StarStock. Okay. You showed it on your video. Like, StarStock was on a marketing blitz, and pretty much everybody in the industry, when StarStock said, here's some money. Or when StarStock said jump to an influencer, what did the influencer say? How high? How high do I got to jump? Sports Card Radio said, screw this. We've been buying on Check On My Cards. We know they have a competitive advantage among another different things. We've met the owner in person. I have personally. I think you have too.
Yeah.
Met Tim in person multiple times, not just more than, but it's actually been more than once. I met him at in Las Vegas, and I went all the way to Seattle, Washington, and met him up there in the great state of Washington. And so we've sat down with these people and actually talked to them and realized like they have a competitive advantage. Even though StarStock was offering us money, and I think this is one of the reasons why, and I don't always want to go back to this because it is kind of a flex, but I think one of the reasons why we have one of the bigger audiences in this hobby, you look at our videos from a subscriber to a view count perspective, from a subscriber to a live viewing audience perspective, we've got to be the highest in the hobby. If you got 200,000 subscribers to your channel and you can't pull more than 200 people, 300 people to a live, then you don't have a very engaged audience. I think one of the reasons why we have an engaged audience in this hobby is because we're real with you. StarStock offers us money to pimp them. Geoff Wilson said, yeah. All the other influencers you mentioned on the video said, yeah. There was many other influencers that you didn't mention in the video. They said yes. Now, some of these guys are smaller guys. Some of these guys, yeah, we do know and we like. We're not going to punch down. We're not like when you're from Stockton, the overweight kid that's getting bullied, you're not going to punch them while they're down.
I'll put it to you really like this.
Okay.
If you had 500 to 1,000, if you had 500 to 1,000 subscribers and StarStock emailed you from 2020 to 2022 and wanted to sponsor you,
Say yes.
And say yes.
Yes.
And you didn't take that, I would be mad at you. Like if
Yeah.
we were sitting together and you're like, hey, StarStock email me, should I take it? And you had 0 to 5,000 subscribers, say yes.
Say yes.
So why didn't I mention some people on the video? Because they were smaller creators who they should have said yes to anything anybody fucking gives you. The Geoff Wilsons, the Ty Wilsons, the Vintage Breaks, the Pull Waxes. You should have known better. If I knew better not to take money from StarStock, you should have known better than to take money from StarStock. And if there's no better example than a former employee sending me death threats, sending me my address, sending me my parents' name, telling me they're going to get involved. I'm 42 years old. Like if I told this story to my parents, they'd want to get involved so they can laugh at this and so they can have a little break from their day and fucking laugh at this. Like they love this shit, the drama. When I tell them about my BD Babies website or this stupid sports card shit, they will laugh at this. I'm not 18 years old. Aside from going to prison for like murder for OJ Simpson, I doubt my parents would care about pretty much anything that I really did. So this is laughable. Absolutely laughable. And you had countless people in this hobby who should have known better. But the smaller creators, if you are a smaller creator, 0 to 5,000 subscribers, and a company like StarStock or anybody emails you, take the money. Take the effing money. Period. So I'm not going to drag you in a video because I would advise you to take the money from StarStock. Now, the bigger content creators, what if I took money from StarStock? What if we took money from StarStock? What if we took money from every fucking motherfucker that emails us? Arena Club? Arena Club? This motherfucker, I could show text right now on my phone from the Arena Club guy blowing me up. And I didn't take it. We didn't take the money.
And what do we suggest people do? I know Arena Club they're grading. Is that what they're doing?
It's a vault. It's a grading. It's a repack.
It's like everything.
It's a slab packs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit area. I don't even know who they are. So, no, what do we suggest people do? If you're going to grade a card, we were at a card show and this dude had like Michael Jordan autograph. He had Michael Jordan chrome refractors, like worth thousands. I mean, he pulled out like 2 or 3 cards that was worth over 5 figures.
This is a great story.
Just an average guy. Like, and I don't mean that any disrespect and no disrespect. A guy just comes up, he's got a backpack.
Probably he had a backpack, Colin,
A
with
six-figure
probably
backpack.
a 6 figures in cards. And then he walked up to me and he said, should I grade this Michael Jordan number to 25 finest refractor from his playing days, which the last comp on was from 2016 for like $3,000.
Yeah.
So it's literally, we're
Fine.
probably talking about a $6,000
5-figure
card.
card.
Finest refractor from his playing days to 25. He walked up to me and he said, should I submit this to diamond grading
No.
or whatever? And I literally looked at him and I was like, please, whatever you fucking do not do that. Like,
Yeah.
please.
Keep it raw
God, do not do that. So
or send it to PSA.
right. We tell you to go to PSA. We tell you to buy on
Because
Goldin.
it's the right thing to do.
We tell you to buy on ComC. We tell you to buy on eBay because these are the biggest, most respected companies. What happened to all the people who submitted cards to StarStock? They're now having to ship these cards off at a huge expense and probably a 6-month backlog to get them back. Or they're going to get charged a penny a month per card, or they're going to lose all the money they had in here, all the cards they had in here. And these are not just all cheap cards in here. Some of these cards actually do have value. That Damian Lillard autograph, if this guy doesn't have money in his account to cover the 1 cent per month, that card will likely get forwarded to Brandon Steiner.
It's brutal. And look, is eBay perfect? No. Is Check Out My Cards perfect? Far
No.
from it. Is Goldin perfect?
No.
Absolutely not. But is it the right thing to do when, just like, is Rolex perfect? Is Tesla perfect? Is Mercedes-Benz perfect? Absolutely not. But we're always going to recommend that you do the best interest for you, the hobby, you, the collector. We know, we get the emails and we read them. These people spend their hard-earned money, and maybe more importantly than the money comes and goes, but time just goes. People spend a lot of time buying these cards, acquiring these cards. And if you're going to grade a card, we sure as hell don't want you to send it to a 9th-tier grading company. Oh, Jeff Wilson will tell you to do that. Card Collector 2 will probably have you do that. Shoot, he'll send it to a guy that'll run off with the money. Joe Morelli, former employees of these companies, they don't even collect cards.
They don't even care.
They don't even care.
He cares about himself.
And that's what's sickening.
So that's what we have to deal with. This is literally 2 hours ago on my cell phone. Not a DM, not through Sports Card Radio, on my personal cell phone where I've got 8 to 12 women texting me at any time. I get the stupid fucking messages from Joe Morelli trying to punk a 42-year-old man who lives in the most dangerous fucking place in the United States. Jeez, I'm over here terrified. But speaking of big news.
This is big news.
We need to talk about this. Because while these other motherfuckers will promote Dibs and StarStock and Slab Stocks and My Slabs and all these other fucking stupid, worthless companies, at least here's a few companies we've heard of. eBay, PSA, and Goldin. And they've all kind of teamed up. And I actually like this. About time eBay got off the couch.
Yeah.
And spent some fucking money.
Yeah.
It's about time eBay got off their boat and realized that sports cards are a very, very important part of their marketplace. But what happened is it was almost like you went to a card show. All three of these companies went to a little card show and they had a little trade. eBay said, hey, we'll give you our eBay vault if you give us Goldin. And you could see why that matches up. eBay's the world's largest marketplace in terms of auctions, in terms of sports cards, why they would want somebody like Goldin, because Goldin does something that eBay doesn't do. They have very, very high-end cards for sale. This Victor Wembanyama ends in 20 minutes for $10,000. This Michael Jordan autograph is $8,500. This Pokemon box from 1999 is at $7,500. And this is their weekly auction. Obviously, Goldin has bigger auctions where they sell fucking like $100,000 worth of cards. So Ken Goldin, in my opinion, right when I heard this happened, he went from 4.2 acres on a golf course So Ken Goldin probably now has 5 acres, and now he probably owns the golf course because he not only got purchased at one point by PSA, but he got spun off to eBay. So all these guys, eBay, Goldin, and PSA were at a card show. eBay said, hey, you take the vault, we'll take Goldin. PSA was like, hey, we'll take the vault because we like that business. And we're going to send a bunch of PSA cards that get graded by PSA through to eBay. So there now is going to be an integration. We like vaults. I understand if there are people out there who, this is probably 90% of the people who like to fondle their cards. They like to get packages in the mail, go through their cards. They like to have a room in their house dedicated to their cards. We're probably one of the weird, like 10% of people who we've been using Check Out My Cards for over a decade. This PSA vault is only like a year old. We've been using it basically from almost day one. Where I like to have cards stored at the vault. I like to be able to list cards from a vault onto a marketplace, similar to like how PWCC has a vault. Well, it looks like this is massive. The fact that eBay and PSA are teaming up and that you're going to be able to grade cards with PSA, list them for sale. One thing that I don't think people realize is you could just buy any graded cards or have graded cards, ship them to the PSA vault, and now list them on eBay so that when it sells, you don't have to pick, pack, and ship it. PSA does everything for you, and you get a tracking number. And you get a likely positive feedback on it. Actually, you don't have to do shit if it's at the vault. You can buy cards on eBay, drop ship them to the PSA vault, pay no sales tax, and then list them for sale on eBay. Again, this doesn't excite 90% of the people in the hobby because you want to fondle your cards. For me, this is about as exciting as news as I can get because I could sit here virtually and buy and sell trading cards similar to Check Out My Cards, similar to how StarStock wanted to be. We were one of the few smart people in this industry who realized this website was a sack of shit. Exciting news. What do you think about this deal with PSA and collectors?
Yeah, first of all, I don't blame anybody that wants to, like, as we put it, fondle your trading cards. Okay. Like, I would not want to buy a Louis Vuitton bag and then not have it sitting over here. You know what I mean? Like, why would I pay $5,000 for a Louis Vuitton bag and not have it sitting and use it? You know what I mean? Same thing with a Rolex watch. Every Rolex watch I buy, I don't not only like I wear it. You know what I mean? Like I like the gold one. I noticed had some scratches on it. I like that. And these bags are certainly not perfect at this point because I travel with them. They go in and out of airplanes and they go in and out of cars. Okay. Some people don't like this stuff and this is not for them. And that's totally okay. I'm not asking anybody to collect and like what I like. There are some people that their Louis Vuitton bag or their Rolex watch is their trading card. So for absolutely, I get that there's a large segment of people out there that don't want to vault their cards. They want to buy that Tiger Woods card and ship it to themselves. They want to work that extra shift and buy that Kobe card or that Jordan card or the hot rookie Victor Wembanyama card and buy it and then ship it to themselves. I actually like that. I love hearing those stories. Believe it or not, like I think people might think I'm blowing smoke up people's ass right now. I love hearing people say, I did this and I bought this. I love hearing that because I do that too. I have, believe me, guys, there are things I want to buy. I don't have the money for. I don't have the money for it. I can think of like 3 or 4 things right now that I want to buy right now. I don't have the money for. You know, like, and there's things that my kids want to buy that I can't buy them. I don't have the money for them. And so I totally get that people don't like vaults or don't use vaults or for whatever reason, it's not for them. But for us in our style, we've been doing this for a long time. We're talking decades now. We've been buying and selling trading cards. You know what I mean? So for us, we have nice cards at the vault. You've got a Phil Knight autograph, it looks like there. You've got a Magic Johnson autograph. I just bought one as well and sent it to the eBay vault.
We have like 6 Kobe's in here.
We've got Kobe Bryant. I mean, like, what are the Kobe's worth? They're probably worth.
That's an autograph.
6 Kobe autographs
That's
are probably worth north of $10,000 at this point.
That's autograph.
Now, we did ship one to ourselves.
This one.
And I don't know. People say, hey, you don't watch the NBA anymore. When your favorite player dies, try watching basketball after that happens. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about, Kobe wasn't just my favorite player. It felt like he was a part of my family. You know what I mean? Like, I never got to tell Kobe how much he meant to me. I've had family members that have passed away, but at least I had a moment there to where I could tell them how I feel about them. Kobe passed away. I never got to express that to him. And he got, so we got a lot of stuff. I like the vaults. I think this is great news for the hobby. For the average collector out there, I think really for the vast majority of people that are tuning in right now,
They don't care.
No. I think the way this benefits them is there's a lot of people that buy and grade. So they pull a card in a break, they buy a raw single card, they acquire a single card, they grade. I think what these companies correctly identified is that's an inefficiency in the market. So you pull a Victor Wembanyama card, Ryan.
Okay.
You got to send it to Kurt's Card Care first, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you got to send. So minus the Kurt's Card Care trip, like as NorCal Sports Card pointed out, you got to send it to Kurt's Card Care first. But after that, then you got to send it to PSA, right?
Correct.
There's a lag time there, and that we're talking about $100,000 card here. So, but for the vast majority of other cards, there's a wait time. PSA, I think, indicated when the grade comes in. So there at PSA, you send a card in and you get the grade, you get that email.
Okay.
And I think you can check it. I don't know. I don't grade a lot of cards. But I think you get that email and you can check the grade.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you're going to be able to say, ooh, I can sell this right now.
I see.
On eBay.
Right.
And I think that now we're shrinking instead of, because what would have happened in the past is you would have gotten the email with the grade. Then there would have been maybe a lag time before it got shipped. Then there's a lag time before it arrives to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking a couple of days. And then there's a lag time for you to take the picture and scan it and list it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to be able to grade and then know the grade and then click to sell on eBay
Safely. No chances of a return as well. You could sell $4,000.
Wow.
You could sell $4,000 return, and guess what? All the shipping and all the returns are all handled through PSA. This is one of the great things about Check Out My Cards is nothing ever gets returned.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about any
Or
returns.
very little.
Very, very little.
Yeah.
We're talking about 0.001%.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a somewhat effective way to sell sports cards without similar to the way you would on Check Out My Cards, similar to the way I think people dreamed about that you would on StarStock.
Yeah.
Except you have some of the biggest brands in this industry teaming up, and this is exciting to me.
These are the two biggest brands. eBay is a $30 billion company or thereabouts. If they got bought out, it'd probably be a $40 billion company. I think at current time, it's a 20 some odd billion dollar company.
26.
But if they got a buyout offer, you'd have to offer a premium.
40.
So you're looking at like a 30 or $40 billion company here.
PSA is probably what do you think? $1.5 billion?
Yeah, somewhere in that. I think they got bought out at 700 million in today's
700.
market, probably a little higher than that. But they're the biggest in grading.
Easy.
Like
By
not
far.
even like they're the Michael Jordan of grading, right? And in terms of auctions, eBay is the Michael Jordan of auctions. So you have the Michael Jordan of grading
Teaming up with a Michael Jordan of auctions.
teaming up with the Michael Jordan of auctions and speeding up the process and the time to market. And I think for a collector out there, look, if you're digging into the dollar bins at the Chantilly card show, none of this matters to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you're one of these like buy and grade and flip guys, this shrinks some time for you. And time is of the essence, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Like 1 week goes by and that knee injury comes, or that big loss in that big game, like Caitlin Clark. We really should talk about a little bit. I think there was a question, so we'll talk about her a little bit.
I have
here
a
in a
lot to
moment.
say about her, actually.
Okay, fair enough. But a week, 2 weeks ago, Caitlin Clark was worth this. Now, what is it worth?
Not as
a
much.
month for now, what is it worth? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so that time that they're shrinking, and nobody at PSA and nobody at eBay is paying us to tell you this. I mean, yeah, we have an affiliate deal with eBay. How much do you make a month on an eBay affiliate?
Quite a bit more than you think, probably.
Okay, fair enough.
We probably made $2 or $3 million from the eBay affiliate program. So, full disclosure.
And hey, I was in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is a true story. This was about a decade ago in Las Vegas, Nevada, in a beautiful suite at Caesar's Palace that eBay had rented. It was a corporate suite. It was one of those ones that looked out like, it was like the biggest suite in Caesar's Palace. There was multiple rooms before you got back to where eBay was. And a direct quote from eBay was, Sports Card Radio is our favorite affiliate, because we were just happy to be there. Whereas the Cardboard Connections and the other people, they're asking for this, they're asking for that. They're constantly, they're like demanding shit. Whereas Sports Card Radio, we felt blessed because a couple years before, we were sleeping on a couch and a recliner eating fucking $1 frozen pizzas.
Now we have a $20 million website.
Now we have a $20 million website. Tesla's, Rolexes, $4,000 duffel bags. God is good. God is good. Things have turned around for us. I would have never dreamed I'd have I think we joked last time there was a lot of smoke over the hills and we're in a secret location that we both basically this is ours. And so
we're broke. But we're broke. I need a job though, right? I need a job. We're broke.
Sure.
Aren't there 2 Teslas out there too? Are there 2 Teslas out there too?
Well, there's always 2 in my driveway, so
fucking A. So this is again, 90% of the audience, they're going to look at this vault stuff and they're like, why do you why do you want your cards over here? Why do you want your cards over here? I'm super excited about this. I'm super excited to be able to send stuff, drop ship stuff from eBay over to the PSA vault, listed onto eBay. The fees will be good enough. I don't have to pick, pack, and ship this stuff. So they'll be good enough. The transactions, you'll never get a return on any of the transactions that you probably sell through collectors and eBay. Goldin teaming up with eBay, I think this opens up a whole new opportunities probably for him. Again, he's probably living on 5 acres and now he owns the fucking golf course. So maybe we got to get Ken on at some point and see how he's living nowadays. I mean, he got a check from PSA and now he got a check from eBay. So, I mean, Lord have mercy. So I think it opened up some opportunities for eBay. How do they want to utilize Goldin? Do they want to funnel in some of the high end to him? How do they utilize that? A lot of times you don't go to eBay anymore for these cards that are over a few $1,000s. You go to these other sites, Heritage, PWCC, Goldin. There's other sites out there that run weekly or monthly auctions. So I think it'll be interesting how these companies team up. Again, while these other influencers were pushing Dibs, we're pushing StarStock, My Slabs, My Scrubs, my fucking website I've never fucking heard of. At least these bigger brands are teaming up. And some people may hate that and may see that as, quote, bad for the hobby.
That's okay.
Fine, go ahead. I'm going to try to sell 1,000 cards a month through this agreement, either through the PSA Vault and eBay. And we've been building up an inventory probably for the better part of a year since this vault has been open. And you can see some of the cards we have in here on the PSA Vault, because we love this type of stuff. And so if you ever have any questions, a lot of times there's a lot of fear. Here's a cool Pearl Jam signed item that we have, M&M signed records. I mean, this is how much that we trust the vault, that we probably have. I mean, I've showed you 6 Kobe Bryant autographs. Here's a Pearl Jam signed thing. They're probably pretty good. M&M signed record, that's probably worth at least $1 or $2. So we certainly trust PSA, certainly a whole lot more than StarStock. The contrast between these fucking morons who promoted StarStock and what you could have promoted in terms of a vault. Check out my cards was already up and active.
Yeah, they didn't need customers or cards. You know what I mean? Like, StarStock needed customers and cards, which is why they did their marketing blitz and why they hired Joe Morelli.
People say they aren't influenced. How did this website get 1.3 million cards? And this is probably already 1 million have been taken off because of the last year this site has been dead. Influencers pumped it. Jeff Wilson had a promo code. How many people use this promo code? Has Jeff Wilson come out in the when's the last time Jeff Wilson mentioned StarStock? When? When do you think the last time Jeff Wilson mentioned fucking StarStock? I'm over here getting death threats from former employees. And we're supposed to be nice to these guys? We're supposed to be nice to the little hobby positivity crew? Why are you guys so negative? Why are you guys so mean to these guys? What do these guys do for you? Jeff funneled you to StarStock and Dibs. Mark's Card Collector 2 took in your graded cards to send to Mark's Cards.
It's a tragedy.
The only person we can go on a date with Stephanie Garcia. All these other 4 white guys are worthless pieces of shit.
I'll take her out.
I'll take her out any day of the week. She's perfectly fine with me. I'll promote her fucking website. I'll do whatever we have to do. These other guys are fucking. Did Stephanie Garcia promote StarStock? I couldn't find a tweet. I couldn't find anything. She's over there probably breaking and hustling. These other guys are fucking clowns. What do you got to say about that?
I mean, I don't know. Unfortunately, you've gotten the brunt of getting millennial white guys DMing you. You should see my DMs. It is far more. Let's just say, I think you need to get on Instagram.
Maybe I'm on Instagram, but I don't like to follow men on Instagram.
I'm telling you, I've gotten DMs and messages from very reputable and highly attractive women in this hobby.
God damn.
Unfortunately, we need to give you access to the Sports Card Radio Instagram account because we're not hearing from the Joe Morellis over there.
Well, they could just slide in my phone. These guys text my phone number.
That's a problem.
I literally got this text today out of the blue, 3 p.m. And I'm like, next time you put my name in a video, and I'm like, who the hell is this? I didn't even know who it was. It makes me just want to take the money from these motherfuckers when it was offered. Here it was in January. Here's Joe Morelli. Boy, his tone was certainly a lot different. He was calling me one of the big names in the sports card world. And then 2 years later, he's saying he's going to put me 6 feet under.
Yeah. We don't let this stuff go to our head. I mean, I would go back to that email. He says, yeah, big admirer of your again, Joe Morelli is the same guy that is now like putting our parents' name in our mouths and threatening us with lawsuits and all this other stuff, or threatening to kill us, threatening to show up at our address and things like that. He says, big admirer of your content. Kudos to all you've accomplished in the hobby. And I think when you're from a place like Stockton, California, you're constantly getting humbled in a place like that. Big admirer of our content. Our content wouldn't mean anything if it wasn't for the people that watch. Kudos for all you accomplished in the hobby. We haven't accomplished anything in the hobby. We haven't accomplished anything in the hobby. It's the people that show up every Thursday night, 5:30 Pacific time here on the West Coast, 8:30 p.m. Right now, it is not like 10 o'clock on the East Coast. I would imagine there's a fair amount of people in the chat right now that are 10 o'clock on the East Coast, and they probably got to wake up tomorrow like I do. I got to wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow.
Tiger Woods is up.
Well, I mean, even if Tiger Woods was not playing, I'd be waking up at 6, 7 a.m. tomorrow and going to work, just like everybody else, okay? Like I know I flex my Louis bags and fucking Rolexes and all this other shit. It's like that. But like I work, you know what I mean? Like I actually have a job now. Like I actually do.
We have a $20 million website. We got to fucking do something. I think one of the things this highlights is how fake people are in this industry. Look at this email from 2022. And then 2 years later, he's fucking, here's my address. Here's your parents' name. I'm going to bury you 6 feet under. This is how fake people are in this industry. People like Jeff Wilson, people like all the other influencers, they fall for this shit. P. Ryan Collection. StarStock emails you and you just fall all over yourself. This is fake. These guys are fake. He sent me an email because he was hoping that it would help him professionally or help his business professionally. when his real thoughts are, as I'm a piece of shit, here's your address, here's your parents' name, I'm going to come and beat your ass up. Which by the looks of this guy, again, we're from the most dangerous fucking place in America, and you think this little dweeb is going to intimidate me whatsoever?
I mean, come on.
But this is the hobby right here. This is the fakeness of the hobby. In 1 minute, one email, they'll say you're big and we want to work with you and we want to connect with you. And then just a couple years later, your parents' name will be in a text. Your physical address will be in a text. They'll say they want to put you 6 feet under. They said you'll need a real job when I have a $20 million website. So this also shows you how stupid people are in this industry. Business development representative at StarStock and Joe Morelli didn't even realize that I have a $20 million website. What the fuck do I need a job for?
We'll take $2 million though.
Yeah, we'll settle the court for $2 million, but
Please.
My guess is Darren Rovell sold 10 to 20% of his website and got $4 million. He valued his website at 10 to $20 million. So what the fuck do you guys think Sports Card Radio is worth? So I'm fired up tonight. We're $20 million potentially richer. Tim is going to get 4.2% equity of that. We're going to the Fanatics. We're going to the Fanatics Fest. We're not going to be in Cleveland. Please do not ask me if I'm going to be at the National.
No.
Please.
No, we're not.
Do not ask me.
No, we're not.
You could give me $1 million and I will not show up at this fucking thing. No, we have a $20 million.
Hold on. If you offered $1 million to show up at the collectors convention, I would be
Have
there.
you been to Cleveland lately?
For $1 million?
Hey,
For $1 million, I'm
represent-
showing up.
Yes,
I
you
got
are.
2
I'll
kids, so
represent
I've
and
got
go.
like $1
Yeah.
million's a lot. So I would take $1 million.
Well, we're at 20.
Okay, I'll take it.
So it's going to take at least $1 million for us to show up in Cleveland.
I'll take $1 million.
We'll think about it. But we'll be at this 3-day experience.
I'm going to New York City for free.
I'll go on
We'll
behalf
come out of pocket. I just came out of pocket for $500 to go. And I'm going to buy I'm about to buy first class. I got to get some points on American Airlines. I'm going to buy first class tickets. I think that was like $1,800 to fly out there. So now I'm in for like $2,300. I'm going to book. I think people thought I was joking. Yeah, I'm staying at a 5-star hotel. Like we could bring my wife on, which would probably be a bad idea. But if we brought my wife on, she would tell you, I don't stay in anything other than 5-star hotels. It's true. That is a fact. Okay.
Well, I'm going.
Right. Yeah. And you've benefited from this.
I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck about this thing.
Right.
There will probably be some hot women and fun things to do in New York City.
Fair
So
enough.
that's where I'll be.
Yeah, I do not stay in anything other than the finest hotels. We will be eating at the finest restaurants in New York City.
Especially when Brian Gray's paying.
Well, of course. I mean, God. I mean, if Brian Gray's paying, it'll be like, I don't even drink wine, Ryan. But if Brian Gray is paying,
bottles,
they'll be bringing over the finest bottle of wine that they have in the place, and I won't even take a sip. Like you could put the $9,000 bottle of wine in front of me and a $30 bottle. I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference. But if Brian Gray is paying, I'm buying the most expensive thing. So yeah, we're gonna be eating at the finest restaurants. We'll be staying at the finest hotels. Maybe the Trump Tower. I'm a little concerned about going to New York City and staying at Trump Tower, so we may not stay there. I do value my life highly. My kids are still young, and so I'm trying to stay around for at least until they're out of high school and they can kind of support themselves. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I've never been to New York City, and it's probably, if you had named 3 cities in the world that I would love to go to, New York City is going to be in there. Okay. And so when I saw this event in New York City, you saw me. I immediately bought our tickets.
We jumped on it,
and I started looking at flights, and I'm going. I haven't been to New York City. I love food. I love nice hotels. I love, I love the finer things in life. And New York City is certainly an example of that. You don't have, $5,000 duffel bags, nothing, underwear, probably. You know what I mean? Like,
damn.
Yeah.
We're super stoked about this. I've been in the National in Cleveland 2 or 3 different times. Like I said, yeah, I'd probably go for $1 million, but You would have to pay me quite a bit of money. I mean, for people that don't know, this is not in downtown Cleveland. You're going to have to Uber or rent a car to get out to the National. There is nothing nearby. No food, no hotels, nothing walkable, except maybe the airport to get the F out of there. Cleveland itself, I mean, come on. We're not talking about one of the world's finest cities by any stretch of the imagination. Now, the IX Center itself, the venue itself, it is spacious. It is big. It is well lit. I actually prefer it to the Chicago venue and the Atlantic City venue. So ironically, in terms of venues, you got enough space. The internet may or may not work. We'll see. We'll flip a coin on that. But you do have enough space to get around. In my opinion, you got more space than what you had in Chicago, at least until they expanded it, I believe, last year. But this is out in the middle of nowhere. There is a Ferris wheel in the middle of it, so you can anticipate that all of your favorite sports card hobby heroes will be taking a selfie and or video from the Ferris wheel inside the Cleveland IX Center. And you can go on to Sports Card Radio, and we have videos dating back to 2014. I probably don't. This is going to be the episode where I pat myself on the back. I probably don't get enough credit for, I was like the first sports card show vlogger. Does Roth Cards or any of these guys who go to show, do they have anything from 2014?
They were in high school.
Were they still in their mom's womb in 2014?
Maybe.
Middle school.
So that's why it was somewhat offensive when Mojo Sports, he wagged his finger at us and he said, I should be ashamed of myself. It's like, bro, I paved the way for you to go to these fucking shows and take out a camera and make a dollar or two. Because I was quite literally, try to find video from the National before 2014. That wasn't mine. That isn't my video.
Yeah.
And honestly, 8,000 views on a video from 9 years ago, that was a shit ton. In 2014, when Jeff Wilson was nowhere to, where was Jeff Wilson in 2014? Where the fuck was he? Where was Card Collector 2? In his mom's room. Where was Roth Cards? In his mom's room. Where was all the motherfuckers who told you to buy StarStock and submit cards to there? In their mom's room. Where was Joe Morelli 10 years ago? Literally in his mom's room. 10 years ago, I was taking out a cell phone that was far worse than anything you can buy today.
Roll the tape on that. Roll the tape.
And taking video of boxes that I should have, instead of rolling the tape, I should have bought everything.
Bought it all.
What, $32 for a box of cards? $49 for a box of Prism, even if it's baseball? I should have just sat here and bought every single box of cards there was. So if you do want to see some vlogs from the National that are really dated, you can go to Sports Card Radio. One of the first fucking vloggers in the entire industry.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize, and maybe it's not their fault, but we've been here.
It is.
Well, we've been here.
To get everything right.
Well, I mean, we've been here, done this. We've been to the National in Cleveland. We've seen when sports cards were $40 a box, $70 a box. We've been here, done this. You know what I mean? Like, we've sold cards on eBay. We've sold cards on Check On My Cards. We've sold cards on the Pit. We bought on eTops. Like, we've been there, done that. We had our wholesale license when we were 20 years old, which was over 20 years ago. We had season tickets to LeBron James when he made the NBA Finals and when he was a rookie.
What product were we buying?
I mean, yeah, we bought all the 03, all the stuff that's 0304. We had Topps Chrome 0304. We were buying it wholesale at the time. We've been here, done this.
Let me show some cards that I'm buying. $80 box of cards. When you guys seen that?
It's been a
$65 box of cards. Look at these prices. I should have just sat there and bought every fucking box.
We're like Tiger Woods at the Masters. We've had this putt before.
God. When these little dweebs from StarStock email me like you're gonna come beat me up in person? Like, where were you in 2014 at the fucking National? God damn, show up then. This Victor Webbing, like I said, I think I was on last week's show or one of these shows. I was like, Victor Webbins, yeah, almost underpriced.
You're pumping it.
Okay, all these dorks are making videos about how, oh, these are gonna crash. Where were you guys with Luca, Trey, John, Zion? Where were you? Literally, where were you guys? You guys were
Mac Jones.
you guys were pumping StarStock. So you're goddamn right. These Wembanyama cards are underpriced.
Whatever they tell you to do, do the opposite, right?
Exactly.
If they telling you to sell Victor Wembanyama, it's time to
Buy.
buy. If they telling you to buy Zion, it's time to sell. I mean, that's just. I mean, the same is true in a lot of industries.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
What's next? I mean, we talked about Mr. Morelli, talked shit on us. That was probably more personal. You know, we got some Goldin auctions. I think people are like, why are you pumping Goldin? Why are you pumping Goldin? Guys, they got eBay. They got eBay in the pocket. Why are you pumping check on my cards?
We could have pumped StarStock, guys.
Yeah, we could have.
I showed you the email.
We could have.
Arena Club? Where's this Arena Club, guys? Guys, I could show the text messages of this guy blowing up my personal phone.
Yeah.
Trying to get
I
me
remember
to
these guys
these
did a
slap
job.
packs.
Yeah,
they
they
wanted us to open these slap packs.
Yeah, they did.
And I turned them down. Why? Because we have a $20 million website. I don't need fucking slap packs, guys. I need $20 million.
I mean, if to be honest with you, if StarStock or Slab Packs or whatever Arena Club had offered us 20 million, we're probably pumping the shit out of it, right?
We probably are.
Right. But the thing is like the amount of money when you have Louis bags, when you have a duffel bag that you use like 8 times.
How much
a
does
year,
this cost?
It's like 4 or 5.
Okay, if you guys want me to sponsor you, send me at least 4 or 5 racks, and I'll fucking consider it.
Right. And I don't have it on right now. Like I don't wear my watch very often, but it's like one day I bought a Tesla, I reserved a Tesla, and I bought a Rolex on the same day, and the Rolex costs more than the Tesla. So this is why we actually don't pub, and this is why we're in a blessed position. Like I don't want to make it anything other than that we're in a blessed position. I have lived a very blessed life. I still live a very blessed life that I can have $5,000 luggage. I mean, right over here on the couch is about $6,000 or $7,000 of luggage, which is ridiculous. If you were to told us, Ryan, 20 years ago, remember when we started Sports Card Radio? This was 15 years ago. We were so broke at that time. If you would have told me 15 years later, I'd be sitting here still on Sports Card Radio, still talking about it, still talking about sports cards, still talking about the industry. And I'd have luggage that costs more than what I'd make in a whole year. I'd be like, you're crazy. You're crazy. So I'm living the most blessed life. And I could go broke tomorrow. And as long as I got my 2 kids and my wife, things are good for me. Things are good for me.
Well, you got a website worth $20 million. I tell you that much right now.
Yeah, shoot, if it's worth 200,000, I'm feeling good.
It's worth a lot more than 200,000. I guarantee you that. If Darren Ravel was able to raise $4 million for a website that looks like this is his website that got $4 million.
Yeah, I mean,
hello,
and you got Cardboard Connection gone. Beckett has really fallen off. You know, you just don't have. And you got more eyeballs in this business. I mean, if we would have done a live 5 years ago, even if we were the most popular in the industry, would have never had what we have.
Well, look, you can see this is actually a very popular video from 10 years ago, and it got 8,000 views.
That's a lot.
Is amazing.
Even today, that's a lot.
I mean, these comments from 5 years, the commentary on this video was so gold. Thank you very much. Like, thank you guys. You know, these people who were watching my videos 9 years ago, fucking thank you. Some of you guys are probably still watching today, but this was actually a lot of views back in the 2014 days. It really was. So,
man, I just feel blessed. Like, honestly, we were doing this content.
Do you want to be in Cleveland or you want to be in New York City?
Oh God, at this stage in my life.
Look at how many people are there, guys.
Yeah,
look at that. Where's Geoff? Where's Card Collector 2? Where's Roth Cards? Where's StarStock? Where are these motherfuckers? Look how empty it is, guys. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This was the hobby 10 years ago.
It was.
That's why when people are mad about shows, oh, you can't go to shows because
you can get a golf cart through the thing. You can't
Guys,
even walk around a show, let alone a golf cart.
the Concord show was packed. It was like a Pearl Jam concert, sold out Pearl Jam concert compared to this. Look, there's one woman there. Wow. Look at this. Look at the crowd at the 2014 fucking National. That's why we can get excited about some things in this hobby. We can get excited about going to New York City. We were one of the first sports card vloggers in the history of this fucking hobby.
Yeah, we were.
Period. Look at that crowd. Look at that crowd, guys.
This is the National.
This is the National.
Wow.
Look, guys, arm to arm. Look at that dealer. What is he reading? A book?
Yeah.
Look at this, guys. Look at this.
Crazy. So things have come a long way.
Things have come a long
Very
way.
blessed. The hobby is blessed. We are blessed. I think the chat is blessed. I don't like speaking for other people, but
look at that
man.
packed IX Center. Look at how packed it is, guys. Oh my God. The hobby's going to 10x any minute. It actually did.
It did. It did.
Where was Jeff Wilson? Where was Jeff Wilson?
I mean,
Logan Ward just said he saw himself.
Boom. Exactly. Logan Ward, who's a PSA Hall of Famer, he probably was going to these nationals in 1984.
That's what's crazy is like, if you're in this hobby now, who do you listen to? You're listening to the guys that weren't there in 2014. Logan Ward was there. Like if Logan Ward says something, I'm listening. I'm listening. If one of the dealers ever set up back in 2014, they say something, I'm listening. That's why when Geoff and Mojo and Card Collector 2 and Roth Cards and all these guys, they started getting attention. We were like, who the fuck are you? Hell are these guys? Where have they been? You know what I mean? And not that they shouldn't have an audience and not that they don't deserve what they've got, but wow, look at that cabinet. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that?
Those are all their mini box. Yeah. Oh, it was really easy to get wax back in those days because they couldn't fucking sell it.
No shit.
Those are like $10 a box, even, I bet.
It's like a time warp.
Look at how packed it is, guys. Look at how packed it is. That's me taking the video too. This isn't a Jeff Wilson video. This isn't a Card Collector 2 video. This is me. I spent my own money. I went to Cleveland. Spent my own money. This wasn't sponsored. This wasn't nothing. Look at how many people are there. I'm the youngest guy in the room by like fucking 30 years. 10 years ago, I was 32 years old.
Wow.
Look at the prices. I bet you don't even look at the prices or you're going to get mad. That'll trigger you looking at the prices.
Yeah.
Because I should have bought everything.
Yeah. Instead of filming, you should have been buying.
I should have bought everything. You're goddamn right. I should have.
Man.
Look at that crowd, though. Look at that crowd.
Nobody.
Look at how packed it is.
I mean, we're in a blessed space. The hobby's great, honestly.
Most of the cards
even
weren't
after
traded.
we've had a little bit of a downer.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the wall people.
Sure. And that's what'll be cool. When we go to New York City, we're going to be catching up with what? Brian Gray. Brian Gray was at this. You know what I mean? Like Brian Gray was here. You know what I mean? We might even catch up with Ken Goldin. New York City is his neck of the woods. We might catch up with him.
I think we should have him on because I want to talk to him about this eBay thing because everybody else in this industry is going to be like, oh, I want to use my slabs or I want to use Arena Club because I save 5%. No.
Formal invitation, I guess.
I want to buy cards on eBay, on Goldin, on ComC, and I want to grade cards through PSA. That's about it.
That's about it. I probably,
You guys can go to Arena Club and tag and elite card grading and BGS. Even BGS might be acceptable. There's like 8-tier grading companies these motherfuckers promote.
All right.
Here I am in 2014 when probably BGS was actually the #1 card grader. And here I am taking the vlog with my shaky camera from fucking.
I think what this shows is that we're just old. Like we're, you know what I mean? Like we're old. And again, we're blessed to be here. And I feel blessed that we still, after all these years, still have people that watch and still have people that care. It's a testament I don't really think to us, but really where the hobby has gone over the past couple of years. Because if this is what shows were back then, if they were like this now, I don't think we'd have the audience and really the people that tune in. So the hobby's really grown over the last decade or so, and we've just been fortunate to be here. We were there at the time.
You know what? Who makes a should I tell you who's on the stage right there? You know how old we are? Oh, that's Cardboard Connection. And I think Chris Olds is also on that stage from Beckett.
Yeah.
God, do they have a $20 million website? No, I'll answer that for you.
I mean, I don't know. If Cardboard Connection got put up for auction, I'd bid on it.
Oh, I went back. Did you know I went back in 2018? I've got more video from 2018. Look how many people are there then. Oh my God. We've got a sprinkle bit more. A little bit more lively. I'm still the youngest person in the room by about 50 years. I'm also the skinniest guy in the room, probably about 20, 30 pounds. So I feel good about that. Not anymore, but I feel pretty good. We're trying to slim down day by day over here. Don't look at the prices. Don't look at the prices.
Yeah, shout out to the chat if you know who Chris Olds is.
Shout out to the chat if you knew that I was one of the first sports card vloggers in the history of this fucking country.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I didn't have Louis bags and Rolexes, I'd be a little more bitter. But the fact that I do, I'm not really that upset about it.
I'm not upset at all because our website's worth $20 million.
I mean,
you realize that.
I mean, if it's worth 20 million, I don't know what I'm doing.
You realize there's all these dorks on Whatnot. There's all these people traveling to card shows. There's all these people bending over their backwards to make money in this industry. And we have a website probably worth 10 to 20 million.
I don't believe it.
I believe it.
All right. Well.
Darren Rovell set up a website that had nothing and got $4 million. Nothing.
All right. Well, I mean, he had his name. You know what I mean? Like,
our name's not worth anything.
I mean, it's not worth anything, but you know, like Darren Rovell's worked for ESPN. He's got 1 million followers on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, he can drive traffic.
Can he?
I mean, we'll find out. He can drive a little bit of traffic. I don't know about $20 million worth. We know how much that is worth. That's a lot. Kobe.
Where was Jeff Wilson in 2013?
I mean,
where was Jeff Wilson? Where was Card Collector 2? Where was Roth
gorgeous.
Cards?
He was, you know, if he was hanging out with his wife, I got no problem with that.
Where was Joe Morelli in 2013? Where do you think he was? In elementary school?
Yeah, he's probably in elementary school.
So when these guys like Geoff, like these motherfuckers who threaten to sue us, ripping wax, like these guys who come at us in this kind of way, it's almost so disrespectful because it's like, buddy, where were you in 2013? When I had my shaky Samsung camera out taking video of this convention that nobody was at. I was I was younger than 10 years by anybody in the show, and I weighed 20 pounds less than anybody at this fucking show. Do you see do you see a female in sight? Do you see a female?
Hey, here's you know, insight into sports car radio. We've had 2 females contact, like more than that, like 3 or 4 just over the past week, just get in contact with us. So it certainly has grown from that perspective. I tell you what, the hobby's in a great spot. I mean, I know it's got its ups and downs. We certainly talk about it here on the show. Shit goes up and down. It doesn't matter what industry you're looking at. But I think it's in a great spot. It's certainly better than, look at this. You can walk around.
And so when people question Sports Card Radio and why we talk about, where was Geoff in 2014?
I mean, he was probably running his Ben and Jerry's franchise, which is no longer around, right?
Where was anybody in 2014 in this hobby?
Well, I don't blame the guy that's 25 years old. In 2014, they were in elementary school. So I don't blame.
Well, don't say you're going to put me 6 feet under then.
Well, this is just, come on. We know this is just, if he shows up at any one of our doors, the odds that one of us end up 6 feet under versus him is completely, you know, we know what's going to happen there. Especially my door. I don't know about yours. I can only speak for myself, but I know what I got on my hip 24 hours a day. And it's 17 rounds of you know, heat.
He says this is the best coverage of the National every year, 5 years ago.
It is. It was.
I thought we were always negative. I thought, wait a minute.
Fair enough.
I thought we never did anything positive. I thought we only have negative content. Like, wait a minute. This guy just says 5 years ago, the best coverage of the National every year.
Sure.
This is in 2018.
This, I think, boosts our valuation, because I think what people don't realize is we don't actually bash the hobby 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what they remember. That's what, and to be honest with you, I suffer the same thing on my investor channel. When I talk shit on a company, when I talk trash on a company like Intel or Rivian, that's what people remember. They remember when I talk trash on them. They don't remember when I'm like, oh, Apple is like $100 right now. Maybe you should buy it. Microsoft's like one.
Is that your channel right there?
That's my channel right now.
You have 120,000 subscribers?
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh God.
And
we've never built. We're broke. We've never built anything.
Yeah.
God, we've never done anything here.
No, I've never done.
You've never done anything.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean,
this is there's you right there.
I didn't take that photo. Yeah, that was
my Twitch channel has 51,000 followers.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, and I will say I sold that YouTube channel.
That looks fake.
That looks fake. I sold that YouTube channel, and let's just say it was for more than the subscriber count. I can't reveal the full amount, but there's 125,000 subscribers, and let's just say it was more than that. So things are good. Things are good over here at Sports Card Radio.
Wow.
And that channel is not as old as Sports Card Radio. It's 4 or 5 years old. So things are blessed. But I think the hobby's in a blessed position.
Well, look at compared to 2018. You think the National Cleveland going to look like this?
Oh, it's going to be great. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want people to think that we're talking shit on, like, we're talking shit on Cleveland because we're from Stockton. Okay.
I've been there.
Well, you talk. Yeah, we've been there. Okay. Multiple times. If you want to spend your money and go to Cleveland and have a great time, I think you're going to have a great time. It's going to be packed. Get your deodorant.
More packed than this.
Maybe spray a little cologne on.
How much is that set worth?
You ain't going to get a play ball set for whatever that was.
5,900.
You ain't
Probably not.
You ain't going to get that.
Graded too.
You ain't going to get that. It's going to cost you that much to grade it. I think you're going to have a great time. So,
you see any women? I don't see any women.
Well, I don't think you're going to see a lot of women this year. You're going to see a lot of women this year. So you don't go to that. You go to where Tim is from to get the women.
This is the smartest motherfucker right here because he got a chair right here. So he's the smartest guy right there.
Yeah.
He's there to grind.
Yeah, exactly. He's there. And man, if you were grinding here buying, the smartest guys in the room are the guys buying.
I was the dumbest taking videos.
Yeah, you were.
I was.
We're in a blessed space in this hobby. The fact that you have eBay, which is a $25-30 billion company coming in here and making investments. You got PSA, which is $1 billion company. You got Fanatics, which is going to go public probably in the next year or two at a $25-30 billion valuation. Man, we're lucky. Things have come a long ways over the past couple of years.
He says, did I buy anything 5 years ago? So I'm going to be like, damn, I wish.
You can be like, damn, I wish I saw this YouTube channel. Things have come a long ways, guys. And we've seen the ups and the downs. And we've certainly been through them ourselves. There's been times when we've been down. We've been down over here at Sports Card Radio. And we're just fortunate to be here.
5 years ago, this got 23,000 views. How many?
That's a lot.
That's a lot for Sports Cards.
A lot. Today, that's a lot.
I thought we only posted negative content.
And that's when we had like 1,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like,
obviously,
like we've gone a lot. We've gained a lot of followers over the past year or two.
Oh, he says 5 years ago, love this tour every year. Thanks.
Yeah, people would look forward to it.
Thank you for the videos. I really appreciate and look forward to them. Best, Joseph K. Hensley. This is for all the people, some of you new people who just got into this hobby in 2019, 2018 and you think sports card radio, all we've done is negative content and trash this industry and not do anything. Oh, try to get 5 years ago in 2018, try to get 20,000 views on try to get 20,000 views now on a sports card video. Don't look at the price of those packs. 40 cents on those 86, 87 Fleer packs. Do not look at the price of those boxes. Oh my God, what was I doing? I should have just bought this is the BBCE box. Now, maybe there's G.I. Joe cards in some of these boxes. Try to get 23,000 views on a fucking video these days. So this is for all you little influencers out there who always say, oh, sports card radio is always so negative. Where the hell was Jeff Wilson, StarStock, anybody who promoted them, Card Collector 2, Roth Cards in 2018? They were in their mama's womb. Literally. You do not want to look at the prices of these products because I should have bought everything in the fucking room.
Definitely
No, and
still.
hey, that's why when Fanatics announced their New York City event, that's why I immediately signed up. Because Ryan, 10 years ago, if a company tops PSA, Panini, Beckett, the National Sports Collectors Convention, whoever it was, said, hey, we're going to have a Fanatics Fest or a card collector fest in New York City,
I would have died.
we would have laughed these guys out the building. We're going to rent out the Javits Center in the end, like right at the prime time end of summer.
In like a good part of in NYC.
I mean, look, I'm not going to hate on NYC. We're from Stockton, so I ain't going to hate. God bless anybody from New York City. We're going to rent this out in August, and we're going to bring Tom Brady in, one of the best quarterback ever. We're going to bring Derek Jeter in, one of the probably in terms of recognizable baseball players, top 5.
Tom Brady,
Kevin Garnett, top player.
Durant,
Hulk Hogan, probably the most recognizable wrestler ever. Peyton Manning, top 5, 6, 7 quarterback. Eli Manning, same thing. Like I would have been like, you're crazy 10 years ago.
Oh,
and now it's like, yeah, I'm going. I'm immediately going to this. And so the hobby's in a great spot, guys. We're blessed to just be a very tiny, small part of it, to be honest with you. Oh, God, some of these employees.
Oh, God. Don't get me started.
Don't get me started on these employees.
The only one I respect is this guy because he's a Pearl Jam fan. Other than that, all these other guys can suck a fat dick, honestly. Clay Larosky. I mean, a couple of these guys are still there. Clay Larosky and then David Liner over here is still there. So there you go. 28 Topps National Q&A from 2018 at the National. Again, Jeff Wilson wasn't even around.
Man.
Oh, here's another video. Again, 23,000 views on a video that was fucking 5 years ago. Colin,
that's a lot.
Colin, 23,000 views on a sports card video would be a lot now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That would be really good now.
And we had like whatever, 1,000 subscribers back then. You know what I mean? Like it was content on YouTube from a sports card perspective was a lot less.
I thought we were always negative.
I did too. I thought we were. But I mean,
this is why we look at these people in this industry with cross eyes, like Joe Morelli, like Jeff Wilson.
I mean, that's
because
true.
they treat us like we just rolled fresh off the bus. When we've been at the National and have vlogs and have videos going back a decade. When again, find me somebody who took video from a card show before 2014. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It really does.
So I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm sorry the people that promoted StarStock. I'm sorry you're so fucking stupid and you just got into this industry. And I'm sorry you've ended up in thumbnails of Sports Card Radio. But there's a reason for that. Because you're morons. Because when you promote sites like StarStock, like Dibs, like the other shit you guys have promoted, like the other players you guys have promoted. Geoff bought $30,000 worth of Desmond Ritter cards.
Ooh.
And he wrote a book about sports card investing for dummies.
I mean,
Do we have another 5 hours? Because I could just go on and on and on about these motherfuckers. If I'm going to get death threat.
Wait. He said Will Grier was a 4 times better investment than Kyler Murray. And he just wrote a book about sports card collecting and investing. I mean,
And we're supposed to be nice to this guy.
right. And we're supposed to be hobby positivity. So we get a Topps trading card, right? We're supposed to be nice to them. So we get a sponsorship from StarStock. Oh, we could have had that.
Oh, yeah.
So we could have had a Topps card.
I have Topps cards.
You have Topps cards already.
Guess what, guys? I've been around the hobby so long. I have my own Topps cards.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
This is why we can only come on once a week. This is why I can only make a video once or twice, once every 2 weeks. This hobby is filled with morons, grifters, people who are stupid.
And maybe they get there, Ryan. Maybe in 10 years, Geoff Wilson is giving good advice.
$85 box. You think that's a good deal?
Probably a good deal.
Don't look at the prices.
Yeah, don't look at the prices back then.
Good Lord, don't look at the prices.
We have almost 50 comments, so
Yeah. Should we get to some of the comments? I'm ready to go another 4 hours and tee off on Geoff and tee off on all these
letting you.
fucking morons in this industry.
2 hours. Tim's probably got to be nuts deep in some guys.
No,
Tim, anytime you need to go bang some
4.2 is there,
Hey,
bro.
brother, you go get 4.2 either way. Our website's worth 20 million. You gonna get 4.2. What's 4.2% of 20
right
million?
there, Jet.
I'm gonna take out my calculator right now, and I'm gonna type in. I'm gonna type in $20 million.
840.
It's how much? How much?
840 on 20 mil. It's the best investment of my time, of my life.
Tim, our producer, is going to cash out for probably close to $1 million when we sell this website. We are going to sell this website.
I'm not gonna lie. That would be the greatest check. Some people will be like, "Oh man, you have to give this guy $1 million."
He's getting $1 million.
I would love.
He's getting $1
He
million.
would go to Hermosa Beach, California. First of all,
That's
he's
the
going to buy
dream.
20 million. I'd go to Hermosa Beach real quick. I know where I'd go.
You guys can buy a house down here. I'll just rent.
Yeah,
like,
that's
Oh, we're gonna be buying a lot.
That's too.
We'll be buying a lot of hookers too.
Well, he would. I'm married. That would be the greatest moment of my life if I could write somebody a check for damn near $1 million.
He's getting 800K.
I mean,
So
eBay.
I'm willing to sit here as long
Yeah.
as we want because we're worth 20 million. We're worth probably 10 million each, and Tim is worth 800K.
I mean,
Period.
I'm making
Period.
I'm making a 4 a.m.
Period.
and I'm making 10 million. I'm
I'm-
10 million.
I'm tired of these other motherfuckers in this industry like Geoff and all these other motherfuckers telling you how it is. Well, I'm going to tell you how it is. If Rovel's site is worth 4 million at least, we're worth 20 mil. Should we go to the questions?
I guess.
God, I'm excited.
Okay.
Is this
I'll
where I
take
buy?
5.
Bro, you getting that 800? Trust me, you're gonna be fucking married bitches with that 800.
80 would be good. 800 would be.
He getting 800. We ain't settling for no 80.
All right.
Our website is worth millions.
All right.
Period.
All right.
International borders. And if you want to discuss buying it, and then paying Colin and I and Tim to continue working on it for 2 years, while look, we've never done merchandise. We've never done a membership on YouTube. We could monetize this website
Oh my
1,000 times over, guys. I got
Yeah.
paid to put this I got paid to put this article up. 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 I got paid to put this article up, this article up, this article up. So 90% of the website articles that actually go on this website, we actually get paid for. So this is a website that makes money,
It is.
has value,
Cash flow positive.
has history in this industry, regardless of what Geoff Wilson wants to say, or StarStock. We have 10-year-old videos that have 20,000 views.
That's true.
We have the #1 live live program in the space, period.
True.
Period.
True. Probably true. Yeah.
Period.
It's not giving anything away or has breaks or whatever.
Hold on. Let me bid on this fucking Victor Webbing.
Imagine if we had an
Worth at
attractive
least a bit.
female on here. I mean, God damn.
Well, we'll be hiring them soon.
Okay,
Trust me.
fair enough. We didn't talk about Jeff's latest hire.
I'll
Who
take
I
my
think it's
payment.
fantastic.
We should.
I'll take my payment in
That's
gold
fine.
or
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Hey, you gonna get that 800 any way you want. So trust and believe that.
However you want it.
Yeah.
If we get 20 mil, you get 800 however you want. Trust me.
But breaking news, an hour and a half into the program, 2 hours into the program, it does look like Geoff Wilson made
great hire.
great hire. Allie over at Titan, formerly of Titan Sports Cards. This is our new favorite breaker in the hobby.
Yeah.
So now I'm a little more positive on Cards HQ. I'm not
Yeah.
quite as down. I'm willing to buy some stock in it. I'm willing to give it a
Hey.
chance.
Here's the deal. It's like I seen this girl break on YouTube a couple of years ago.
Yeah, she's been around.
So it's not like, oh, I see her now and I like her. No. I've seen this girl a couple of years ago. So the fact that now she's got her own cabana at Cards HQ, she's breaking some Star Wars stuff, maybe some non-sports stuff, some sports stuff.
Whatever. She can break whatever she wants.
I wish her the best of luck. I hope she succeeds at Cards HQ. I hope it increases her viewership, increases her presence in the hobby. I think she's great. I think she's great.
Agree.
I think she's great. And so I think it's a great hire by Geoff. He hired two pencil dicks to kind of run his business, but at least they made the smart decision to hire Allie.
About fucking time.
Titan Bricks. That's how I remember her. Like, I think anybody here on YouTube, we got a fair amount of people tuning in right now. A lot of people probably recognize this girl
Game on.
because her videos will get suggested to you.
There it is.
She had good content, good thumbnails. She broke a lot. If you weren't into like non-sports stuff, you might not have seen it, but I've seen this girl break stuff before. Always thought she did a good job. So I wish her the best of luck.
But
I think she's doing a good job.
Allie LOTL on Instagram. If you guys want to give her a follow, she will be working at Cards HQ. So we're excited to see that. And yes, Geoff, send us some books, bro. We could have sold you 100 books tonight, bro. You fucked up.
Probably, yeah.
I hope you guys give Tim his raise. Hey, first of all, he deserves a raise. Second of all, he does have 4.2% equity in a $20 million website, which we calculated was like 800 racks. So he trust me, the payday for Tim is coming.
And we're not joking.
We ain't even kidding. We're not lying.
It's shadow equity. Shadow equity vest on a buyout.
hell
We
yeah.
get bought
I'm
out.
cool with that.
We drive. Trust me, I drive it. If I'm 20 million, I'm BJ.
I'll drive over. I'll come
You
pick
drive
up.
up. No, don't drive up. We drive down to Hermosa, which is a beautiful part of California.
Yeah, don't drive up
A
here.
lot of people talk shit on California, but you ain't waking up on the beach on Hermosa Beach. Okay, you ain't doing that.
Yeah, I'm on the beach every day by 10 o'clock.
Believe me, I was there a month ago. It was pouring rain. It was still gorgeous. I mean, let alone 80 degrees. We driving down. I was there for the Super Bowl. I mean, we're at the Super Bowl, the most expensive event in sports. Where'd we stay?
Were we on the beach?
Yeah, we were.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
right.
I was high as a kite by then. Just didn't believe that. Yeah, I was flying deep that day. Let's just put it to you
And
that
we
way.
booked our tickets when the Bengals shipped their it's not like I booked the Super Bowl a month in advance. It was the Bengals made the Super Bowl. It was like, oh shit, Bengals made the
shit.
Super Bowl. Oh shit, I didn't expect that.
All I know is that Scarface didn't have nothing on me that day.
Yeah, fair enough.
The legend of Brett Morrison, who's famous on Facebook and YouTube as well. You want to check him out. And Ozzy the dog, he says, I'll F somebody up for Ryan. That's what's up. My homie Brett Morrison over here, ready to F somebody up for me. Hey, guys.
We got the Glock 45 over there.
We ready.
And I brought the extra mag and the extra, the 9mm. So don't worry, guys.
I'm gonna unblock this for y'all so y'all can see my address, and all the fans of Sports Car Radio can come over to my house at any time. I'm not even there right now, so you can definitely go over there, hang out, smoke whatever's left on the table, maybe scrape a little something up on the table, see what's left over there. But,
hey, one of your little sugar babies might come over, so they might get a little something of that.
Goddamn right. Hopefully they ain't watching, but yeah, the sugar babies will come over. So yeah, maybe you guys can deal with them. But hey, legend of Brett Morrison, you're a homie. I'm gonna give you guys all my address. You guys can come over anytime.
Anytime, baby.
Hey, you can have all my food in the cabinet, all the drink, all the smoke, everything. You guys we got 3 bedrooms, we got 3 bathrooms. You guys can, except my room, you can sleep in anywhere you want. And
hey, but real quick, if anybody shows up my house, the Glock 45 coming out.
Don't show up at this fool's house, because that's a different situation. And don't show up in Stockton. We actually don't live in Stockton anymore, but we would highly suggest you don't live in. And shout out to our parents who are probably watching. So this Joe Morelli was like, he literally put my parents' name right here. Will be brought into this, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what am I, like 15 years old? Like,
I know, right?
Like unless I did something O.J. Simpson did, like
we're talking about the snow on the table in Vegas, and they think he thinking our parents care.
Yeah. Come on, guys. So, anyways, legend of Brett Morrison, you're invited to my house anytime.
Come on over.
Yeah, we ain't gonna.
Don't go where I live though.
Yeah, we ain't gonna.
I pull the trigger first, and then we listen later.
Ain't even playing, so. Don't pull us up to us at a card show unless you want to get.
People think I'm joking.
He ain't joking. Timothy Smith says, super producer Tim is killing it with the ladies. You goddamn right he is. You goddamn. And when he gets 800,000 for his equity in Sports Card Radio, imagine what he's going to be doing then, guys. When he going to get a minimum $820 million. That ain't shit for what Darren Rovell's probably thinks his website is going to be worth.
He got to work. You know what I mean? He got that $4 million, and now he's got to produce.
He has an office in New York City.
We get $20 million. We don't got to do nothing.
Our website makes money. We have content dating back to 2 years. We have 2,500 articles on this website, including this wholesale distributor list page, which is about as G-rated a content as you can get. This page alone, guys, has a six figures in affiliate revenue. Plus, where's Southern Hobby? Southern Hobby paid us $300 a month.
You giving too much information right
for now. A link for 5 years.
You giving
guys,
too much info.
Do $300 a month times 12 months times 5, and that's how much we got from Southern Hobby for one.
You're giving too much info.
Link.
You giving too much info. Too much info.
We bad for the hobby though, right? We bad for the hobby.
How do they think we get the Louis bags?
Did I win any of these Victor Wembanyama cards? God damn it, I don't think I did. Fucking, I'm pissed.
You got a Magic Johnson. I got a text.
Oh, we won something. All right. Christine with the $2. She says
she's lovely.
We love Christine. She's going to come on the show after the Bruce Springsteen concerts. Christine's going to come on the show. First of all, she's been buying stuff at Goldin and getting good deals on it. She's been buying stuff at locally. She's going to be setting up at a card show trying to slang this stuff. So she's kind of like starting from almost like ground zero and trying to like hustle and sell cards. And so we're going to have her on the show after the Bruce Springsteen concert.
I love that.
And get her on. Queen City Cards, can we discuss your tweet about lower tier grading? Yes, there's 4 grading companies you should use. PSA, SGC, CSG, or BGS.
Hold on. No, I think there's one company you should be grading with.
There's 4 companies I would accept. BGS, PSA, SGC, CSG.
No, if I had a card, the thing is, you have one card, and you're making a decision who to grade that with. It's a binary decision. Can't send the card to PSA and BGS.
Okay, the only reason why I say that if PSA didn't have upcharges, I would say just use PSA. But the fact is, sometimes you can grade a card with PSA that's like, it would cost you like thousands to grade, where you could send it to SGC or BGS or CSG and only pay like $10. And so, yeah, maybe you wouldn't get as much, but actually your profit margin would be larger or the same because PSA raped all the money.
To me, that just seems
anything where it's $20 to grade at PSA, you should grade with them. Now, when we start talking about upcharge, I guess I'm willing. Now it's situational. I'm willing to listen. Now this card would, but well, CSG and SGC do not. Like, it would be cheaper to grade this card with every other company except PSA. Now you got a PSA 10, so you absolutely should grade it with PSA. But if this was an 8, I'm not saying you should grade it with these other companies, but I'm willing to listen.
I don't know. It seems too complicated for me. I would just send my shit to PSA and call it a day.
I kind of agree with you.
You don't get Teslas and Rolexes and Louis Vuitton bags by worrying about this shit.
Well, I put out a tweet saying, hey, why would you even bother with 5th tier? And I was talking about 5th tier grading companies like Tag, HGA, Elite Card Grading, Diamond Card Services.
No
reason at all.
Don't even.
None. And then when we're talking about 5th tier marketplaces, like StarStock,
it's like if you're looking for a wife and some girl with purple hair who's slightly overweight comes up to you and starts talking to you, you wouldn't even pay attention to her. It's like Tag. It's like these no. If you're looking for a wife, PSA.
Okay.
Period.
So that's kind of where that, yeah. I mean, these other influencers in this hobby, they're going to tell you who's paying them the money. We're going to try to give it to you as straight as possible and probably lead you toward the biggest and best companies, which may not be the answer you want. Everybody's always looking for an alternative to PSA. They don't want to sell on Goldin. They don't want to sell on eBay. You guys will bend over backwards to send cards to StarStock before you send them to check out my cards. Go ahead. Casillas with the 199 says, who is more slimy, Roth or Geoff? I think that's a good question.
I mean, I don't know if they're slimy or if they're just it's like the kid that's 20 and you're like, this kid doesn't know anything.
Do you really have a channel with 125,000 subscribers and these God damn. Anyways, go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't think these guys know enough. That's it. I just don't think they know anything. And if people want to watch the videos, there might be entertainment value in the videos. Same with Geoff. I don't know if I know he's not giving you good investment advice, but if you want to watch the channel, God only knows I've watched stupider shit. Oh, look at him trying to get 80% comp from the
I just think I should get royalties on all these videos because I was the first one to ever actually take video from a card show, but I don't get any credit for that. We always get fucking I get death threats, I get my parents' name, I get my address emailed to me.
Hey, you sitting in a secret location that you've you know what I
my
mean?
website, our website's worth 20 mil. My bad. My bad. I should be humble. My bad. My bad, guys. Sullivan's sports cards with a 199 says, thanks for being our eyes and ears. Do you dip? Hey, if Geoff ain't going to do it, then somebody's got to do it, right?
I mean, I don't like to say I'm like the Batman, like you flash the bat symbol and then you Batman. But I do care about the people that watch. Now, if somebody offers us 20 million, Roth cards or sports card investors offers 20 million, then the bat signal goes off and we take the money, but so would everybody else. But in the meantime, we'll do the best we can for you.
Look at how many people are there.
Nobody. I mean, there's nobody there.
Where was Geoff Wilson in 2014?
I mean,
and he has the nerve to send us a fucking lawsuit?
I mean,
fuck me. You guys are lucky I don't make a video every day. Like, this industry's actually lucky our website's worth $20 million and I don't make a video every day lighting you motherfuckers up. Christine with the $2. Use
you.
this. Thank you, Christine, who's going to come on the show. Use this super chat to buy the book. It can't cost more than that.
Christine's quite lovely. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
So eventually you're going to be able to buy this book for $2. But I feel like first of all, Geoff should have sent us a copy because that's our status in this industry. And that's what a good book promoter does. But second of all, I think we should buy this book. I think we should actually give it a read, and we'll give it the $20 million website review.
All right.
Marty McFly LT says, does Tim get paid? Absolutely does. Like, we're not even kidding. If our website sells for $20 million, which it's probably worth that much or more, literally, he will get a check for that amount of money. And probably what will happen is somebody will buy sports card. This is what's going to happen. Somebody's going to buy sports card radio for many millions of dollars. We will pay Tim out his 4.2% equity, but then they actually need to keep us around for a year or two while they maybe build up some other talent or build up the website or build up some other ways to grip. So they're going to pay us probably 6 figures a year to probably do a show. And then Tim will also get a significant salary for doing his very important job. So
it would take at least that.
Yeah, we're not joking. Look at this hobby 10 years ago and look at what it is today. If our website isn't worth a considerably amount more than it is 10 years ago, I don't know what fucking is.
Hey, look, money comes and goes. Does Tim get paid? Of course.
Tim's getting paid and he's going to go bang some married women in SoCal. Alcoholic 1986. He's one of the smartest people in the chat. A deal is coming for Sports Card Radio. I actually believe that is happening. It will.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
Because this website will fail. This website will never be worth what it is because it won't be able to garner the audience because it's going to have to kiss ass to everybody in this industry to get a story or get a check. Whereas for whatever reason, we've been blessed enough to where we don't have to kiss a lot of ass in this industry and we have the viewership and our website is actually profitable. Again, Southern Hobby gave us like $25,000 for a link on a website. Zeke's Cards. Was Tim contacted by the Wilsons? Tim, were you contacted by Geoff and Kim Wilson?
No, but Kim can contact me.
Kim can let's make sure that we are aware of who Kim Wilson is. And Kim, who I put my phone number in her Instagram DMs, I want to sincerely apologize to Geoff Wilson for that if that caused any drama at home. But Kim, you're allowed to contact Tim and consummate a business deal, perhaps. So I was going to say something, but it's not late enough for me to be able to say that. B Rome with the 9, which shows you that it's got to be really late for me to be able to say that. B Rome with the 9.99 says, "I'll go to the show only to meet Colin and Ryan. Come on out to New York City. Come on out to these card shows in California.
Come out, baby.
We're here. We ain't got no cameras, no microphones. You can come up to us. You could say whatever you want. And we're here. We're going to be in NYC. This is where we're going to be. You guys want us to be somewhere? You guys want to meet us? You guys want to serve us with a lawsuit? You guys want us to buy our website?"
Hey, to the guys, to be Rome, that's clearly a fan. Love you guys. All the haters,
suck a dick.
I'm gonna have a knife and mace on me, so don't think I ain't gonna be rolling. Boy,
we gonna scratch a serial number off of 9 milli. Fucking trust and believe that.
By the way,
go ahead, Tim.
The newest resident of South Bay Hermosa is Clay Thompson.
His Instagram models.
He got that lower back injury.
So if we get that 20 milli buyout, I already get VIP treatment on the pier. So
we
hang out with
we doing that. Clay, baby. Clay's got that lower back. You notice every time the Warriors go on a road trip, the first road trip of the year, Clay goes out with the lower back industry, guys. It ain't because how hard he played on the court.
He's the smartest motherfucker in this industry out there. Right now.
We eat at the same breakfast spot, and that's Bill Clinton's preferred breakfast place.
Yeah,
bro.
What breakfast spot is that?
Martha's.
Yeah, Martha's. Okay. I was invited to Martha's. I had to leave, but no
It's
joke.
good.
I was invited to Martha's.
It's looking good to me, baby. And when I have $20 million in my pocket, boy, ain't nobody gonna have to pay. Trust me, I'm gonna be. I ain't stingy. I ain't stingy,
Hey guys, if we get 20 mil, show up in
Oh,
the NYC, and we have.
Woo, we gonna do a live show, and I'm just gonna fucking make it rain and shit. Queen City Card says, "Is Tim producer? Are you going to go to NYC? If he goes, true professional. Tim, are you going to meet us up in New York City? What's up? You want to go to the Pasadena show when I'm down in? I'm going to be in Bel Air for a month.
Really?
Starting
Pasadena for sure.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
Vegas
There we
too.
go. There we
All
go.
right, all right. So we gonna meet up with Tim. We gonna get all the stories about the married women when I'm down in Bel Air. Lord only knows what's going to
Oh,
be
man.
happening. I got to be careful who I bring over to the $20 million house in Bel Air. They're going to be like,
Oh,
they're going to think I'm actually rich. They're going to think I actually sold the website. Autodact University with a $2. Thank you
Loyal.
very much. We've got heads on sticks. You've got ventriloquist. I don't know if you were there when Dale Ball was doing his ventriloquist stuff at the Concord Card Show, but Autodact University, when we have our party, when we sell our when we sell our website, you're going to have a table. You're going to have girls draped all over you. Hopefully your wife isn't watching, but if your wife isn't watching, you're going to have girls draped all over you. And we're going to have a special private table for you. Thank you very much. Timothy Smith. Everyone who's married in the chat lives vicariously through Tim. I think that's very true. I think that's actually that is very, very true.
Good.
Everybody
Strong.
wants to be banging a married woman.
I'm the modern day
And,
Tucker Max, if you know who that is.
You goddamn are, because I'm living vicariously through you. I've had some pretty good stories, even from the last couple of weeks. It's not late enough for me to share them, but I haven't done anything like some married women. So Jake Peters with the $4.99, he's also getting a VIP table for us.
Thank you.
And I used to live in Vegas, so it might even be in Vegas. So we really getting big. So thank you, Jake Peters. You will have a VIP table. Philly Joe, who's got his VIP table staked out. He says, guys, you need to do some merch available so that people can fly Sports Card Radio colors at shows and events. Let's go.
So, Philly Joe, first of all, thanks for the 20. You're very loyal viewer and contributor to the show. Our plan is, I'll let you guys know very late in the show. I mean, God, we're like 2.5 hours in till it's a good weekend. Our plan is to do merch drop right before the National. So we're going to have a limited merch drop though. We are going to have the 3XL and the 4XL available. I have somebody that's going to make the merch. I already know. We do need designers of the merch. So we need people that are legitimate artists to maybe reach out to Sports Card Radio, sportscardshow@gmail.com. We are going to have some merch. Very limited, though. Very limited. We're not going to be like these card companies, guys, that just print unlimited amount of cards. We're going to have limited number of shirts available before the National. So anybody that wants to rep at this year's Cleveland can rep. And we'll do that. We'll do that. Thank you, Philly Joe, for the 20.
The next one.
That definitely will go. Ooh.
Did I win this?
You won that.
I'll put my money where my mouth is. Fuck these motherfuckers. Oh, women Yama's overrated and overpriced.
Hey, when these influencers that told you to buy in 2020 and 2021 tell you to sell, I think it's time to buy. And so I think it's good that you put your money where your mouth is.
What's a LeBron rookie from 2013 to 35?
Don't remind me. We had all that shit.
I'll take the gamble there.
I said I could help with all the merch stuff, but
Tim says, he can help with all the merch. Part of the reason is we're leaving that open to like the people who want to give us $20 million. Because look, think about somebody who wants to buy Sports Card Radio. We have so much money that we've left on the table.
Oh my God.
We have left so much money on the table that Jeff Wilson and these other motherfuckers just grab it.
I have 9 Rolexes. I'd have 2 Teslas and a Mercedes and a G-Wagon.
That's part of the reason why we do have such a high valuation, because somebody could come and buy us and milk the merchandise, milk the membership, milk a newsletter, milk the website for more than it's worth.
Breaks.
The website has made $2 or $3 million from the eBay affiliate program. Guys, hello. Jake Peters with a 99. Hey, brother, you got the VIP table in Vegas. We love you.
Thank you, dude. Thank you.
We got the goose bottle. We got everything on you.
Thank you.
David Snyder, another loyal member of the Sports Card Radio Legion. God, we should give this guy equity in the program. $9.99. He says, do you think Fleer metal gems, both graded and raw, will become more coveted over time? The Fleer metal and metal universe of the fam. I think so. I think so.
So yes, the answer to the question is yes. But I think what we've talked about, Ryan, is gold prisms.
Yeah.
True gold prisms.
I've been buying
the gold wave and all this other shit. Because what you got to think about is in 20 years, the mojo breaks. They're going to make some real money. Dad's going to die. He's going to leave him the donut shop. So he's going to make some real money. The dudes that work for Jeff Wilson's going to kick off, and the dudes, they'll actually make some real money. They want to work a day for nothing. What are they going to buy? Same thing when we were little dudes, when we were Roth cards age, when we were card collector 2's age. What was the shit? Fucking precious metal gems.
Goddamn right.
So when you get older and you get money, same thing. Like, we're from Stockton, and people are like, "Oh, you buying Rolex and you buying Louis Vuitton or whatever," and they talk shit. It's like, dude, when we were little. On the cover of Tupac's album, Ready to Die. No, sorry, that was Biggie's album.
Biggie.
Tupac's album, he has a Rolex Presidential on. So what do you think I buy when I roll into some money? I buy a Rolex, a Sky Dweller, a little more than a Presidential, but whatever. But that's what I buy. Look at him. When we were kids, like, who was the shit? Tupac, Biggie,
Eddie Vedder, Kurt Cobain.
Sure, they were a little anti-establishment, anti-the flex culture or whatever. But who was the shit? Tupac, Biggie. What did these guys do?
What did he have on?
He's got a Rolex on. So what do you think when I come into money for the first time in my life? What do I buy? I buy a fucking Rolex, an 18-karat gold.
Weren't people talking shit on us for fucking
all the time? All the time.
I don't even want to start.
All the time.
I don't even want to start with that. But
Can
I actually
the first watch.
Go ahead, Tim.
I said, can I buy a Patek as the first watch?
Oh, you can buy whatever,
Ooh,
brother.
yeah.
When you get that 800, you could buy whatever.
Hey, here's
you
the
want,
thing
brother.
with a Patek, guys. You don't own a Patek. You're just safekeeping it for the next generation.
Yeah, goddamn right.
Because who do you think's going to get my Rolexes, guys? When I buy a Rolex, you think I'm going to sell it? No, you know who's going to sell my Rolexes?
You kid.
I'm going to kick off. My kids are going to sell the house I bought $227,500. I bought a house in California for $227,500.
That's it.
That's it.
Ooh.
And I just added 2 bedrooms to it. So you got to know what that's and for cash. I didn't have to find.
Well, you got a website worth 20 million, so
That
I wouldn't be
too.
worried about shit.
And I got Rolexes and APs and other shit. My kids are going to be, when I die, my kids are going to be like, "Damn, Dad died." But then a split second later, they're going to be like, "Damn, I got millions."
And you're gonna be able to give them 6 Kobe's in the vault.
That's true too. But yeah, Patek first watch, Patek. Damn, that's a step in the right direction.
Our homie legend of Brett Morrison. I'll F the guy up for 2%. Hey, brother. First of all, hey, how much would it take to F this guy up? Come on, yo.
Hey, in Stockton, it'd be like a dime sack.
Come on.
But hey, I think right now, Ryan, you and I should commit. We get the buyout because the buyouts are coming fast and furious right now. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1%. goes to the chat.
Exact. That's what I want to
So
do.
we got 4.2
to Tim,
to Tim,
1% to the
1%
chat.
to the chat.
That
So
we-
20 million. What's 1% of 20?
20 million? Like, yeah, like
Ew.
20 racks.
Okay, there we go.
So, hey, if you're
You
in
heard it here first.
if you're in the chat right now, you might get your piece of 20 racks.
There it is.
And we're not even kidding. Michael Holm with the $9.99. I care about cards in the hobby. Hats off to Sports Card Radio for inspiring me to start a PYT checklist website. That's what I'm fucking talking
That's
about.
awesome.
Because what's his
That's
name?
awesome.
What's the website called? Cardboard Connection, who copied us,
That's fine. It's
which is
okay.
totally fine. But I just want people to know I have to pat my. We're the only people who will pat ourselves on the back,
Fair enough.
and we're the first sports card vloggers. But Cardboard Connection got the idea to put checklists on their website, and so I love the fact that there are other people in this industry willing to take the bull by
Hey,
the
he
horns.
needs a link.
Throw us a link to your website too, and we're going to promote it. Please,
That'd be
Send those
200K
backlinks,
to
we'll give
chat,
you
by
one.
the way. 200K.
200K to the chat. Guys, that's going to be a hell of a party in Vegas, guys. We're getting hookers, cocaine, everything.
Forget NYC, baby.
Guy, we going straight to Las Vegas. Well, we'll go to Scottsdale, which I know people think, oh, Scottsdale's not like Vegas. No, guys, we'll go to Scottsdale. We'll get a bunch of tables. We'll get a bunch of women, and we're going to be good to go.
Come on.
B Rome with the $9.99. People don't want to admit their faults. They absolutely lie. Then people believe their lies. It's so pathetic. We've seen this countless times over and over in the sports card world. I think what happened is in 2019, 2020, these guys weren't around when I was taking videos at these nationals 10 years ago.
Right.
They didn't understand what the hobby was like, that it was the Crickets Pavilion, that it was
was.
old men. I was the youngest guy in this room by like 20 years, and I was the skinniest guy in this room by 20, 30, 40 pounds.
We were the young guys.
So I don't think that Geoff, Card Collector 2, Roth Cards, all these guys who came into the hobby and promoted StarStock, they didn't have that perspective. And that's what you get over time.
Yeah.
That's what you get over time. And that's the benefit of being old, is that you have that perspective. You went to the national 10. Look at guys, you go to Cleveland this year. It will never be this vacant. It's before they let anybody in. It'll be more packed than this.
It will.
And here I was 10 years ago with my cell phone, taking it out and trying to show people that this was fucking awesome. Like, I walked around here and was like, this is awesome. Why aren't there more people here? So the person who's least surprised by the sports card boom in the last 5 to 6 years is me, because I walked around here 10 years ago and was like, this is awesome. And I was the only motherfucker there, as you can see by these videos. Sports Card Radio, Christopher Rainsmith says, Sports Card Radio, bringing the best entertainment. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are the one, probably half the reason why people watch, to read the chat, to see who you guys talk shit on, to see what you guys say, to see how you react. To see how
nobody
you react to
cared.
us.
We wouldn't.
People don't care about us. Like,
Heart
come
chat.
exactly.
Yeah.
Thobby with Cage says this right here. I took their money, but had less than 1,000 followers at the time. My account grew. My account grew and my show grew. StarStock offered more money, and I said no. Thank you guys. I appreciate this discourse here. Okay, Hobby with Cage probably took some sponsorship money from StarStock, but he had an account with less than 1,000 followers. He absolutely should have took every penny from StarStock, from Bill Mastro, from Gary Moser, from anybody shady in this industry.
OJ Simpson.
OJ Simpson. If anybody was sitting at me, next to me, and we're doing lunch, and they come to me and they say, hey, I have 550 subscribers on YouTube, and maybe 1,000 people watch my videos, and StarStock came to me, or Dibs came to me and wanted to sponsor me. Ryan, what do you think I should do? I would look at you and say, you better take every fucking penny that Dibs, that StarStock, that any fucking shady website offers you, and take every penny of it. So Hobby with Cage did the absolute right thing. He should have got every penny. And when they offered him more money, he actually shouldn't have said no. He should have said yes. I would have advised them to say yes. Now, when you get to the status, it gets a little different when you get to the status of somebody like Geoff Wilson, somebody like Sports Card Radio. Our website is worth apparently worth $20 million. So we're in a slight a slightly different space, but not that far off. Whereas we have to be a little bit more discerning. So when StarStock came to me and said, "Hey, we want to sponsor you," it's going to be a no. Partly because we've used other vaults and websites, and Geoff should have said no to StarStock. Geoff should have said no to StarStock.
Yeah.
Anybody under 1,000 subscribers or less, if you don't say yes to StarStock, if you don't say yes to Dibs, if Dibs emails you tomorrow and wants to give you $25 to put a banner ad on your website, to mention you on say yes. Say yes. Say yes. So I not everything's the same. Not everything's equal in this hobby. Not everybody gets to be treated the same. And so I hope that we at least cleared up that distinction. And when I made my video the other day on StarStock, I didn't mention some people who were smaller accounts because they absolutely should take money from StarStock, Dibs, or any other quote unquote shady company who wants to give them money. Period. Now, when you reach a certain status, and I don't know what that is, I honestly don't know what that is, you should be more discerning. Collect. This website started by Darren Ravel. Should
take every dollar.
Well, they maybe should take every dollar, but
you 4 million. You got investors.
That's true.
Every dollar.
You're right. They should take every dollar. So I won't argue with that. Queen City Cards. Do I sell my Caitlin Clark Topps autograph or keep it? Does her autograph retain value or grow? Can I talk about Caitlin Clark for 2 seconds?
Hey, let me just say this before you. I was watching the end of her game, and they had Diana Taurasi, who's one of the best women's basketball players of all time.
Okay.
And they had Sue Bird.
Okay.
This was on ESPN, and I was just casually watching this. I was doing some other work, and they asked her kind of a similar question, not in the context of cards, but hey, Caitlin Clark, her next game is going to be in the WNBA. How do you think it's going to go? And two women that have played in the WNBA and had a lot of success in the WNBA, they said she's going to play against some grown women, and it's going to be different. And I think I think Caitlin Clark's a great player. I think she's a great basketball player. I think she's got a lot of skill. She's got a lot of that girl next door appeal to her, which I think is the reason why her cards are valuable. Is she that much better than Diana Taurasi or Cheryl Swoops or Reggie Miller's sister or Kobe Bryant's daughter? Is she that much better?
I'm going to take it a step further. This girl's the most overrated person in the history of the sports card industry.
Oh, my God.
Period. I watched this girl play against Nebraska. I think she had 6 or 7 turnovers. Can she shoot well? Can she get off her shot? Can she see the floor somewhat decently? Yeah, kind of. She's been playing against fucking B-rate competition. She's top 5 in turnovers in the NCAA. I think she's only top 20 in field goal percentage. If any other woman got as many shots as Caitlin Clark did, they probably average about as many points.
Hey, she should get the Luka Doncic treatment, though.
She does. She already does.
But I'm talking about when she goes to the NBA. If they let her cook, then I think she's okay.
I don't think she can't dribble when you blitz her.
I wouldn't say that.
When you blitz her on the double team, I think she occasionally makes some bad decisions. Again, I've been to more women's basketball games than anybody in this hobby, period. Like literally, period. Caitlin Clark is the most overrated person in this entire hobby. Now, you can't talk about it because people don't understand women's basketball. They don't understand why she might be overrated. They don't look at the stats. But in my opinion, she's very overrated. When she goes to the WNBA, which I've watched way more college basketball than I have WNBA. When she goes to the WNBA, I don't think she can be the primarily ball handler on her team. I think they should play her off the ball. But again, that's probably diving into more of a nuanced discussion than anybody wants to talk about.
I would sell.
This is the most overrated one person ever in the history of the hobby, period.
Other than Luka.
She might be more overrated than Luka.
I don't think that's possible, but maybe.
She's going to go to the WNBA, play against grown women, average 5 to 6 turnovers a game, and nobody's going to give a shit because she's not that good. She's good. She's amazing. She's in the top upper crust of women who have ever played this game of basketball. But if you really watch her game, especially that one against Nebraska, I was like, You guys are spending this amount of money on her. If she was a man, she would be getting cooked.
I mean, look, hey, if she was Kobe or Jordan, she would have won the game against South Carolina.
period.
Period. Because there was an opportunity to win that game. And if you were the best, you would have won that game.
Colin, there's a girl on LSU, and not the one that everybody talks about, the hot girl with the eyelid, Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Not Angel Reese. There's a girl on LSU who's better than Caitlin Clark, who's not Angel Reese.
Sure. But card values is not just based on
Correct.
performance.
Correct.
She has that girl next door quality. That's why she's popular. She's great at basketball. Let's not confuse what we're saying here. She's a great basketball.
But people are saying she's the best, and
No,
she's not even fucking close.
No. And I will just go back to Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird. I'm sure you guys, she was on the Scott Van Pelt's show after the game was, and he asked her a similar question that we're getting asked here. And they both
Laughed.
They did.
They both laughed.
They did. They said she gonna about play grown women.
Guys, anybody who's watched basketball,
Yeah.
all you,
I agree.
I get that you guys have fallen in love with Steph Curry, and anytime anybody shoots and it goes in, you fall in love.
Yeah.
But you don't actually watch the game. She's literally like top 5 in the NCAA in turnovers. Imagine what's going to happen when she gets to the WNBA.
I mean, I think the best situation though is she goes to a WNBA team that lets her jack up 30 shots a game. If she does that, I don't think her cards
They'll lose.
Her cards are fine.
They'll lose.
They'll lose. Who cares though? If she jacking it up from the logo and making one, what did Luka do his rookie year?
Lose.
He jacked it up from the
highlight reel.
logo. He shot 30. Like, you can go back and look. Luka shot like 33% from 3. But the one time he made from the 3 would get posted on Twitter, and the card hobby would be like, oh my God. He stepped back from the logo. Oh my God.
Guys, he shoots 36% from 3. Oh my God. Oh my God.
He misses 2 for every one he makes. But oh my God.
Oh my God.
Generational talent. So that's why I'm not underestimating Caitlin Clark. She's going to go to the WNBA.
Colin, did you know that Luka Doncic is a 34% career three-point shooter?
I knew that. He sucks. And he doesn't play D.
Good Lord.
And Caitlin Clark's going to go to the WNBA. There's going to be grown women, because you don't play for the money there.
Clearly not.
I think the top played WNBA player makes like 200,000. Like, she ain't going there. Like, you ain't go there for the money. She gonna make a lot of money. God bless her.
Well,
I think it's great for not only herself, women's basketball, and the hobby. But she ain't Jordan.
She ain't shit.
Kobe.
She's the most overrated athlete in this sport.
All right. Yeah.
And look, again, we're the only sports card podcast that'll tell you that, because I've actually been to more women's basketball game than probably every single sports card influencer combined. Literally. So you're not going to get this anywhere else. Go listen to Geoff Wilson, and they're going to tell you, oh, Caitlin Clark's amazing.
I mean, her cards might respond too.
Big Three offered her $5 million. Big Three offered her $5 million.
She should take it. She's going to get D'd up in the WNBA.
She's going to take it.
Christine, who we're going to have on the show with the $2, says, I use vaults while simultaneously. Right. I think this is the way to play it. You use the vaults where we storing some of our Kobe stuff. We're storing some of our stuff that whatever. We're just,
hey, do you think it's safe to say the chat's going to like Christine? I think they're going to like this girl.
I mean, Christine might be, we might have to give equity to Christine in a minute.
Yeah.
We're going to owe Christine 20 racks. So
Christine, I get 20 million.
Wait a minute. Christine's going to come on the show. We're going to be worth 21 million. So how much are we going to owe Christine? We go owe her like 100 racks. So Tim's going to get paid out. Christine, Legend of Brett Morrison, Philly Joe. If you leave a super chat, you're going to get fucking paid back. I guarantee you that.
Boozle.
Bob. Oh, first of all, Bob Boozle. I mean, he should be on the board. Like, there's going to be like a Sports Card Radio board, and so Bob Boozle should have a board seat. We're not going to sell the website unless Bob Boozle gets a board seat. So you just heard that right now. So that's binding. So anybody looking to purchase us, anybody who invested in Darren Webell's fucking website,
wife needs a board
but, hey, I'm gonna be sliding into all these motherfuckers' DMs, be like, you gave this motherfucker millions? Like, whoa, bro. Oh man, Key Dog comeback tour with the 2222, which is actually my favorite number, is 22. So Key Dog, you must have like some Vicarious right there. So I appreciate that. That's really nice. I like to watch people fondle cards from the closet. I absolutely agree. And that's why I went to this, these nationals way back in the day, because I was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. Yeah. This is actually fucking amazing. Like, why don't this is why I actually took video of this show 10 years ago when there was nobody there. There were people in wheelchairs. There were no females. Nobody cared about this fucking card show. Nobody cared about this fucking card show. But I went and took video because I was like, this is so much fucking fun. This is so much fun going to the National in the middle of nowhere in the IX Center in Cleveland. So I agree. I do like watching people fondle cards from their closet. I do like people showing off their collection and showing off what they bought or showing off anything that they've done. And we've been doing that for the better part of 10 years. Key Dog comeback tour. You'll be getting that $22 back when we sell our company. Autodact University, who's also getting a VIP table at our Vegas party. PPV, undefeated. Charlie Zelenoff versus Joe Morelli. That's right. We got our boy Joe Morelli from StarStock, who said he wanted, guys, if you were just joining the program, we had a former employee of StarStock threatened to put me 6 feet under. He sent me my address, which I blacked out, which I won't. If you send me a DM and you want my address, I'll send it to you so you can come out and hang out with me and we can smoke some weed and do some lines. He sent me my parents' name, who are probably watching. They can come over to my house anytime and hang out as well and have some parties because they know our website is worth 20 million and they're ecstatic for their son's success. So again, Joe Morelli wanted to fight Sports Card Radio. He can come anytime. AI Sports says, I think Joe Morelli deleted this. Guys, if I showed all the messages from Joe Morelli, you guys would be like, God, what's he so mad about? Why is he on tilt? Joe Morelli was super upset today. Again, these text messages came in about 2 hours before the show. I had not corresponded with him in 2 years. 2 years. And then this was the first message he sent to me. Next time you put my name in a video, I suggest clearing the air. Yeah, so this was, he said it was not the smartest thing to do on your part. I'm a 40-year-old man with a website worth $20 million, and you're telling me something I'm doing is not smart? Again, this hobby is filled with the Jeff Wilsons, the Joe Morellis out there who just want to tell you what to do, tell you what to fucking do, wag their finger at you like Mojo Sports did to us and said, we should be ashamed of ourselves. Mojo Sports, buddy, I got a website worth $20 million. You think I'm fucking ashamed of myself? Absolutely not. You should be ashamed of yourself. Christine's back. I won't see you next week. I'll be at Bruce Springsteen. Hey, anytime you're out at the Pearl Jam concert, at the Springsteen concert, at anybody's concert who originated before the year 2000, you ain't got no excuses. Anytime you got to go see Bruce and miss Sports Card Radio, go ahead. You got to go see Pearl Jam, Foo Fighters, any of the greats. Please let us know how the show is as well. And we're going to bring Christine on and she could tell us how Bruce sounded all these years later. JQM78. We still have 700 people watching 3 hours into the fucking stream. Are we not worth $20 million? I'm so drunk that I don't even know what I've said in the last 5 minutes.
We don't even have ads. We don't even have ads on this stream.
That's value to the person buying this company. You can run ads, you can run merch, you can do a membership, You can grift. You can sell cards. Nick Rinaldi with the $2, another loyal member of he's going to have a VIP table at our Vegas club. Tim's going to have to split out his payout 3 ways. Tim, when you get $800,000 from your buy, are you going to have to split it with the married couple you're banging?
Hell no.
Oh,
They'll get a piece of it because I'm gonna take care of the lady.
goddamn right. I think you're the one who should be getting paid. If you're over here servicing these wives, I think you're the one who should be getting paid or something, a little something. At least the Uber over there. I mean, you're in LA. God knows you've got to go drive out to Riverside to bang some married chick. God damn, they better be paying for the $40 Uber. That's all I know. So Tim, absolutely. Tim's gonna, whatever he wants to do with his 800K is fine, because we're gonna take him to a strip club the day we sell this company, and we're gonna make it rain like you guys have never seen, like a fucking South American rainforest. JQM78 is back with $4.99. He says, in 2014, I was buying factory sealed Nintendo Entertainment Systems, Genesis, and TurboGrafx video games. Those are probably good investments. Made a killing in 2022. Sold my Sonic the Hedgehog for $360,000 on Heritage.
Damn.
What the hell?
Guys, I first of all, I'm the dumbest person in this hobby, because instead of going to these national and trying to promote it and trying to take video and trying to promote this hobby for the good of it and get people to get more involved in it, I should have just been buying everything on the fucking show floor, including video games, according to JQM.
Thank you.
Guys, sports cards are not the only thing that's gone up. Video games have popped as well. We need a video game website ASAP. Tim says, I want to run a Sports Card Radio Discord. What do you guys think? Yes. First of all, there's another revenue stream that we haven't tapped into. So Tim's going to start a Sports Card Radio Discord, and then independently, he's going to sell that for 6 figures.
Yep.
BP says, dude, the Discord will help content. I agree. We like to leave money on the table for potential investors or for potential people who want to come by this website and realize, God, those guys have like one of the biggest audience in the hobby, and they don't fucking grift their audience like Geoff does and come out with a book and come out with and tell you to go to Dibs and tell you to go to fucking StarStock. Heaven forbid we told you guys to buy a couple cards on Goldin and check out my cards and send them to the PSA vault. And now you're going to be able to list them on eBay. God, shame on us. CardDieWest.com is really good at custom cards. He says, I second that. I agree. I second the fact that CardDieWest.com has a very valuable website and a valuable piece of merchandise. Sports Card Radio says, Cardboard Life, the legendary meme god on Instagram, will be a VIP on the Discord. He'll be a VIP on the Discord. He'll be a VIP at our Las Vegas party when we sell this company. This Cardboard Life is a VIP with Sports Card Radio forever. And if you are not following on Instagram, you are an absolute failure in this life. So this _cardboard_life on Instagram. He's like one of the few men that I'm following on Instagram. Wow. So that tells you how good his content is. I'm in on Tim on the Discord. Exactly. We're going to start a Discord, and our website is going to go from 20 million to 21 million. Vincent Cardoso says, I just got the Fanatics Fest tickets. Can't wait. Vincent, we hope to see you there. Come up to us. Say what's up to us. Show us your Will Greer collection. We want to say what's up to you. And here is the meme god himself, Colin. Okay. If our website's worth 20 million, his Instagram account's probably worth like a few mil, 7 figures. I went to my first national in 1989.
Wow.
I was 7 years old in 1989, so we were not at the national. We were collecting cards, to our credit, but with our parents' money, that StarStock actually shouted out today. So at 7 years old, we were buying some sports cards, but we were not at the national. I didn't even know what the national was in 1989. So this Cardboard Life, his Instagram account is worth 7 figures. And He was there in 1989. That's fucking crazy. They didn't even have video. He couldn't even have taken video because a video camera probably cost like 15 racks back in those days. Joseph Rosales with the $5 says, I got in because of influencers and then I discovered Sports Card Radio. I didn't like y'all at first, but then I realized what you meant. Hashtag respect. And it does take a little bit of time. We're on here, we're drunk, we're high, we're whatever, and we're mouthing off at almost literally everybody in this industry. That's going to turn off a high percentage of people, especially new people, because they're not going to understand who we're talking about, what we're talking about, why we're talking shit on the people we're talking shit on. A lot of it comes back to the fact that we've been in this industry a very long time. You can see that.
And we don't care.
Yeah, to the point that we don't care. And I think at some point you do kind of get grumpy, you get old, you run out of things to talk about, and you speak about things in a way that a lot of these other influencers probably they're not capable of doing at this point in their career. So we appreciate you. And we don't appreciate, and we actually understand people who watch us maybe initially or watch us now and don't understand it, don't agree with it, don't like it. And that's actually okay. This hobby's big enough to where we got room for everybody. We got Christine. She is back with the $5. She says, I sold 9 cards on Goldin tonight. Hello.
Wow.
With each card making 40 to 90% profit, all from the PSA vault, no shipping costs. That's why we need to get Christine on here to talk about this, because other people in this hobby are pushing you to websites like Dibs, like StarStock, like Slab Stocks, like these websites where you can actually sell something. And here is Christine. She sold 9 cards, made 40
money.
Made 40 to 90% on each. She probably didn't ever have to touch any of the items. I don't want to speak for her, but she probably didn't even have to touch any of the items, guys. Hello. But you guys can go over to StarStock and Dibs and all these other fucking stupid websites if you want. Go ahead. Go ahead. Trader Griffs with the $4.99. Is it true you gentlemen wrote the forward to Jeff's?
I would.
Depending how much, you would have paid us. I kind of wish.
I would have.
And I don't want to judge a book by its cover. I don't want to judge a book that I've never read. And so we will buy a copy of this. I will read it. Doesn't look that big. Doesn't look like it'll take that much time. And we'll read it and we'll see if there's any good information in this. And we'll give our honest opinion and we'll help sell some books for Geoff. So I doubt we'll get a thank you from Geoff for that, but it's understandable.
We made enough from Geoff. I put up a 2-hour montage of old content of him.
Yeah.
The chat, how much we made off of that video alone.
So good.
I mean, we're over here just recycling our own content.
I think we're doing okay on Geoff.
So it looks like, you put up a 2-hour video of us. Oh man, this is like our greatest highlight tips in here.
And I made good money on this. So
you made good money on this.
The average view hour rate is high, very high.
Speaking of high, do you know how high I was when we made this video?
I was there.
I was about as high as
I was there.
I was so high.
I was there.
That Webanyama when he dunks doesn't even get as high as I was during that video. So if you want to see me high, go watch that video. Logan Ward, the PSA Hall of Famer, says, I definitely rep for Sports Card Radio International. Hey, we rep for you. I think there should be more content. We saw the 1,000,000 card Cubs guy get his 1,000,000th card from Topps, which I thought was amazing. I think Topps.
Can we get him on here?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to get Bo on, and I think we should get Logan Ward on because I want to talk about his collection. I want to talk about his induction into the PSA Hall of Fame, which I was there. Jeff Wilson wasn't there. Card Collector 2 wasn't there.
Wow.
I think every other influencer on YouTube probably wasn't there, but I was there. And I think this industry, these bigger companies, should highlight Fanatics, especially like they did with Bo Thompson and his 1,000,000th cup, should highlight collectors more. I can get on and flex and tell you, hey, I made all this money and I went to
Yeah.
the show and made money and I flipped this card and made money and da. I can jerk myself off.
And Whatnot gave me money.
know what-
Whatnot gave me money and our website's worth 20 million and I can flex and flex and flex.
Do you remember Beckett the magazine?
Of course.
So they had a segment in there that would like have a collector spotlight page, and it
Thank
would
you.
like, write about like why they started collecting. It would show
Thank you.
pictures of their collection.
Thank you.
It would like, and they usually have like shrines dedicated to like whoever.
Exactly.
Like I saw John, like I know a John Stockton collector that just has a shrine to him. So
Exactly. And those people have worked hard and spent like we don't even want to get into the money they've spent to get in build this collection. Like we don't even want to get into what Logan Ward has had to spend to have quite literally the biggest and best NASCAR collection. Period. So these guys should be highlighted not only with something like the PSA Hall of Fame, which I think should be front and center on their fucking website. But there should be videos about collectors every week on Fanatics, on PSA, on these people who need you to collect these cards, quite frankly, to keep these prices where they're at. So with Bo Thompson getting his love for the millionth card, with people like Logan Ward getting put into the PSA Hall of Fame, we need more of this. And the biggest companies that profit the most from these collectors should highlight these people most. And so we'll have Christine on, and actually Logan, if you're still watching, let's get you on the show one day because it was a lot of fun watching you get inducted into the PSA Hall of Fame. And I don't think there's a lot of people that even know PSA has a Hall of Fame. B Toj with the 6.90. He gave us $6.90. You loving that, don't you? Tim's loving that. Love you guys. Prism True Golds and one of one Black Finite Prisms will be coveted and sought after in the next 10 to 20 years. I absolutely agree with you. So much so that I have a collection of PSA Gold Prisms to 10 that I'm saving. I got Tom Brady. I got Joe Montana. I just bought a Rich Gannon the other day. I buy cheap ones. I buy expensive ones. These are the only cards I actually keep and hold on to are the Prism True Golds and the one of one Black Finite Prisms. I've been trying to buy those. I tried to buy a Kyrie Irving tonight, one of them Black Prism. I think those, you're right, in 10 to 20 years, those are going to be the precious metal gems. Those are going to be valuable. People are going to have nostalgic feelings for the gold prisms. And I want to have a bunch of them, like tons of them, like boxes of them where people are like, wow, you have all these cards? Yeah, I've been buying them for 20 years. I agree with, I totally agree with this. So much so that I'm literally spending money. Every time I see a gold prism, I bid on it. Doesn't matter what player, what person, what website, I bid. Jay Cyrus with the $5. That's going to help me buy a gold prism. Thank you very much, by the way. JQM with 78, back with $4.99. Sports Card Radio. Do you guys remember Manon Rahum? What are her cards worth now? She had autographs in Classic. I think this might be the hockey player. Yes. So she was a hockey player, born in 1972, it looks like. Olympic silver medalist. Her autograph cards are probably worth, I don't know, something, I bet. Let's check card ladder. Let's take the little asterisk out of the E.
This is $20 million content right here.
You goddamn right. This is $20 million content. Her cards are worth a lot of money. I mean, I'm seeing booklets for $400. I'm seeing one of one autograph cards for $400 that sold 10 years ago.
Whoa.
So
Maybe
this is a
worth,
girl's autograph.
a little
Yeah.
more than Will Greer's.
Yeah. Her autograph is worth a little bit more than Will Greer.
Hey, did Jeff Wilson tell you to buy your cards?
Yeah. Where was Jeff Wilson in 2010?
I mean, his wife's pretty good looking. I'd be never mind.
Deadass. You think we probably got a checklist of this on our website.
Probably.
So this is a girl it looks like you could definitely be investing in because in January of 2024, her autograph sold for $350, a 2010-2011 Panini Dominion when they had the NHL license. Does Jeff remember when Panini had the NHL license?
Probably.
not. Car Collector 2 was still in the womb, but we know who Manon Rahum is now, and we're gonna be looking for her cards. That's for goddamn sure. If I ever see that girl, I'm gonna be asking her for her autograph as well.
Chat said
Jack-
she works for the LA Kings now.
No, we gonna be going. I'm gonna be in LA for a whole month, so I'm gonna go find her or maybe her daughter. Jackpot Breakers with the $5. I heard a rumor Joe Morelli and Jeff Wilson are teaming up to pull up on you guys. Thought I should warn you. So wait a minute. Two guys from Stockton, California, the most dangerous place in America behind Oakland. Are we? How scared of you are this little white boy Jeff Wilson? And this little white boy, Joe Morelli. How scared are you?
I mean, I could have my phone in this hand and the Glock in the other hand, and you could be saying left eye or right eye on Joe Morelli, and I could hit it.
You can hit it.
I could hit it.
He said he was going to pull up at my house. How about I just meet you at, and then he gave me my address.
Hey, just search Ben Steger on YouTube. Stoeger, I think.
Okay.
I've taken classes with him, learned how to shoot the gun. I'm not scared of nobody. Let's just put it that way.
We ain't scared of nobody over here at Sports Car Radio.
Ben Steger is like the Tiger Woods of shooting. Let's just put it that way. And I have a picture on my phone. If I need to search for it, we can find the picture of Ben on my phone.
I'm the Tiger Woods of beating people's ass who show up at my door. JQM back with the one. I think JQM just funded our strip club. We're probably like 3 hours from a strip club, but right. JQM 78 just with the 199 B side deserves 10%. So we do need to keep B side, who has the theme song that we play at the beginning and the end of the show. We're gonna owe him money. There you are with the shooter. Yeah, if I'm around, you might be able to pull up and be aggressive. If Colin is around,
don't pull up. Come on, do yourself a favor. Don't pull up, because, like I said,
yeah,
here's me.
We ain't gonna be fighting.
Wait
a minute. Can I tell one of the biggest myths of Stockton, California, right now? People think that people from Stockton fight.
No,
guys, that's a joke. People in Stockton pull out their gun and fucking shoot you. Okay, period. That's all I have to say. Google that if you don't believe me. Title City Sports, his name is Mike with the $5, says, hey guys, can I bring my Ken Goldin card to Vegas with you to buy out card? Yes.
Hey.
Yes. First of all, Ken Goldin might be there. So if we have a buyout party, first of all, Ken Goldin's invited. So first of all, Ken might be there. Second of all, Mike, you are also invited.
Hey. Could we fly out to NYC on the PJ? I mean, like that. I mean, that would make for good. Like, I don't know, what are they on, season 3, season 4 of Golden Touch?
Don't pull up on Tim either. Look at that.
Yeah,
you got
that
it
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't pull up on me. Come on. It'd be left nut, right nut.
So yes, Mike, please bring your Ken Goldin card. We can have him sign it again. We can have him actually like inscribe it so that it's actually now worth more money. And Ken Goldin's going to have a private table at our party, at our buyout party. And so will you, Mike. And you are cordially invited. It's going to be at Vegas, at one of the biggest clubs. You think you could, so you're not going to miss. If Joe Morelli pulls up, you ain't going to miss, right?
Oh, believe me. Yeah, come on.
That little white boy, you ain't gonna miss that big forehead right there.
Come on. Don't stop. Come on.
Phoenix Rising. What's up, buddy? I still got your prison boxes that you sold me. Super producer Tim is gonna have a 9-inch bank account. I mean, he's already having to wear the Trojan Magnums. He gonna have to put a Magnum on his bank account because it's gonna be so. You guys think I'm kidding? Darren Ravel got $4 million, probably for 10% of a website that didn't even exist. He got $40 million valuation for a website that did not exist. What the fuck is Sports Card Radio worth?
I know.
So all you little haters out there, all you little people that say we're so jealous, Colin, we're so jealous of Jeff Wilson and his 14,000 square foot hobby shop that he has to go to every day and grind at.
I know. He's got bought himself a job.
He should have just, yeah.
Whereas Fanatics Fest was announced, and what we do? Bought VIP tickets and bought first class airfare across the country. It wasn't like we were flying from here to LAX. Yeah, you fly
all the way across the country.
Of course, you fly first class from San Francisco to LA. It's like $200.
Did you get my ticket too? You got me first class too?
I mean, I bought you first class before, so I mean, it ain't like I never bought you first class before. So come on,
guys. Bob Boozle, who's on the board of Sports Card Radio. Sure. He's the honorary board member. Sports Card Radio presents Sports Card Gun Show. I
think it's a great idea.
I think that's a fucking fabulous idea. Bob Boozle, you are, by the way, if you didn't hear earlier, you are on the board of Sports Card Radio as well. Run Good Life, former Check Out My Cards employee.
Yeah.
I mean, this quite literally like one of the most skilled employees in this entire hobby. Like, why do you think, guys, why do you think we shout out Check Out My Cards? Is because they hired guys like Run Good Life.
Yeah.
And we saw how intelligent he was. And we were like, oh, that was a smart hire. Oh, this might be a good website to use.
Yeah.
Hello. Does StarStock have anybody worth fucking 5% of Run Good Life? Absolutely not. Run Good Life is one of the most intelligent, one of the best people you could hire in this industry. That's why he's off doing his own thing, doing his own breaks, doing his own thing, because he doesn't need anybody else. But there was a time when he was working at Check Out My Cards, one of the few websites behind Goldin, behind PSA, behind
Goldin,
our own, that we've actually shouted out. So Run Good Life with the $5. He says, IF Sports said this channel is worth $850 based on comps of what Ben Haynes, a.k.a. Eric Whiteback, the collectibles guru, sold his Twitter account for. I could offer 65%. Hey, we might take it. Yeah. Hey, if the money from
Tim
Darren
might not be happy because it'd be like a French fry at the pier,
Tim.
But
yeah, 4% of $850. That's like $12. So sorry about that, Tim. But so the going rate right now is 850. I think we're worth closer to 20 million.
So that's the reserve is 850.
But yeah, the floor is 850. And so we appreciate you, Run Good Life, one of the most skilled people in this entire hobby. Again, somebody who worked at Check Out My Cards, a website that we've promoted for the better part of 10 years, in part because they've hired intelligent people like Run Good Life. Because we've actually taken the time. We were at the National 10 years ago, and I wasn't on drugs.
We were at Check Out My Cards 10 years ago.
You were at Check Out My Cards 10 years ago. I wasn't on drugs like I was in this video. And so I was able to digest the hobby and see who was smart and who was not. And Run Good Life is about as capable as anybody in this hobby. And if you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, you're absolutely missing out. If you haven't checked out his tutorials on Check Out My Cards, you're missing out, because he can actually absolutely tell you how to make money using these vaults better than I can. So go to Run Good Life's channel. Look at his Check Out My Cards tutorials. He's going to tell you quite literally how to make money. How to make money. Let me know when Geoff or Card Collector 2 does that for you guys. But guys, we're 3 hours, 3.5 hours in. We're 3.5 hours in.
That's a good
we
show.
didn't even get to talk about the Rolex new releases.
We didn't. Oh God.
We'll start to wind things down here. Those of you that don't care about the finer things in life, you can tune out. Thank you for tuning in.
Which one's your favorite?
So that's a black and white GMT.
Okay.
Not my favorite.
Okay.
I'd rather have a Sky Dweller, which I have.
I think
that's a beautiful watch. It's
Hard.
a little thin for me.
Correct.
Those are a little thin on the. This is my favorite. Rolex Deep Sea in 18 karat. Holy motherfucking S. This is a gigantic watch. I don't know if we can scroll here, but this thing is a brick. This thing is gonna weigh. I mean, like you ain't gonna be able to lift. Like if you wear your watch on your left arm and you try to lift it, your tricep and your bicep is gonna gain muscle trying to lift this thing. A brick.
It's a built-in.
Very difficult to get.
healthy
the
lifestyle.
the most difficult watch to get is going to be this GMT Master in gray and black.
How much is that?
Why?
Retail, I think those are 11 or 12 after tax. My guess on the secondary market, this is going to be like 16 plus. I'm not a watch expert, okay, from a pricing perspective, but my guess after the hype, like initially, this is going to be 20. But that's stainless steel. Like I ain't paying 20 for a stainless steel watch. President,
How much is that?
worth its weight in gold.
Is that
Retail,
rose
I think
gold?
those are 40.
What carat gold is that?
I
That's
like
18.
Okay, 18 karat gold.
Gorgeous.
So how much you say on that?
I would wait on that. You're gonna get those at retail or under at the secondary market.
Okay.
That
This is wet.
is white gold. That is white gold on a leather strap. I would wait on this.
This is wet.
Wait on this.
This is wet.
The
Blue,
ice
that
that might
baby
even be platinum because it's ice blue dial.
No.
That might be platinum. If it's platinum, something like that. It's probably 30 or 40.
Okay.
Wait on that.
What's this wet?
This retail is probably at least 50, 45, 50,
Woo!
maybe more, because a Sky Dweller in 18, which I bought, is 45. This is bigger and probably way more exclusive.
Woo.
Something like this is probably 50 or 60, but on
Okay.
the secondary market, it's probably closer to 70.
Oh, a little date.
Cosmograph Daytona, which I've owned. Diamond dial, that's probably white gold on rubber strap
Someone
looking
said
at
they
40.
don't like leather band
40?
watches.
with the diamond.
Oh, it's diamonds.
Those aren't scrub diamonds. Those are VVVS diamonds. It's like PSA 10 diamonds. That's dope. And that's
Joe said he doesn't like leather bands, and I agree.
I'm
I'm not on the leather yet.
gonna be real with you. I've tried on the rubber strap. Not a fan.
Correct.
Not a fan.
I agree.
Not a
I
fan.
actually agree with that.
Leather falls
And
apart.
here's the deal, guys. You can't replace the rubber with a metal strap on. You can on other like APs and stuff. You can interchange them on Rolex. It's a different.
And that's a no.
No, it's a no. And then I have that watch in a white dial with an oyster. That's on a what's called a Jubilee bracelet. That's going to run you about 45. I have that watch right there on Oyster, that exact watch on Oyster. I think it looks great on Jubilee, but I think the Jubilee is not going to not that's a heavy ass fucking watch. Like we wore that to Florida last time we were in Florida, and my wrist was like sweating.
You were sweating.
Yeah,
The
like
rose gold.
we even had to go to the Rolex AD, and I was like, "Can you make this a little bit bigger?" And they were like, "Oh no, you took off a link." That's 45.
Okay, so these are wet.
That's wet. Okay, everything else is about standard. That
This
right there
wet.
is absolute fire. Absolute fire. Because that thing is a brick. Really tell, but that thing, you put that thing on your wrist, and
How much is that?
I don't know what the retail on that. I'm going to guess like 50, 60, because it's big. That thing is big. You can't really tell, but that thing is a fucking brick on your wrist. From across the room, like I went to the, when I was at the Tops conference, I wore my Sky Dweller. It was almost brand new at the time. And somebody was like, dude, I saw your watch across the room.
Wow.
When you wear an 18 karat gold Rolex, you can tell from across the room.
Did Mike Fruitman have did Mike Fruitman have a Rolex?
Come on.
Auburn
Mike
goes
Fruitman have
in.
a
Come
Rolex?
on. No, he didn't.
Did he ever? What's that, Ross? That's not a Rolex?
No, it's not.
That's not a Rolex?
Sadly for him, it's not.
Hey, Mike, if you're watching, I bet you are. How come we don't ever hear from you anymore? How come, Mike, you used to send us how many views Jeff Wilson got on his videos and how much we got on ours? And you don't fucking contact us anymore, Mike. How come, Mike? Do you have more followers than this fucker has on Instagram?
I do, I think now. I think, yeah.
Mike.
He has how many posts? Hold on. Hold on.
4,000 posts,
Hold on.
Mike.
I got 121 posts. And
Mike.
the status check.
Mike.
Hey. And if I showed you the DMs,
Mike. Mike.
Ryan, if I showed you the DMs, hold on.
Let me see. Don't show anybody else. Let me show me.
Look at who's at Hey, watch this. Go down just a little bit. What? Look right there.
Jeff Wilson, what did he do?
No. Like,
Okay. Mike, you got any girls in DMing you? Mike from Stadium Sports Cards. Why did you used to message us how many views Jeff Wilson was getting us compared to us? Why haven't you done that lately, Mike?
hey, does Mike even own his card shop
Mike,
anymore?
do you still own this card shop? Mike, where have you been, buddy?
Hey, when I was in Arizona and I went up to his hotel room, where was he?
Where were you, Mike? Mike, what was the house that you bought, and how much is the house that I live in worth? How
Right.
much is the house that we're in now worth, Mike? Mike, you live in Colorado. How much are homes worth in California?
Right. Hey,
Mike?
Hey, we own 3 homes in California.
Mike?
How much is that worth?
How much is that worth, Mike? How much is my website worth, and how much is your store worth,
Hey, hold on.
Mike?
Hey, I got 3 Rolexes and an AP. How much is that worth versus?
Hey, Mike. My house is paid off. I bet you got a mortgage, right, Mike?
Oh man, we getting salty.
We getting salty now.
We getting salty.
We 4 hours in, we getting salty as a
We're
motherfucker.
gonna be in NYC in April, May, June, July, August. 4 months. We're gonna be in NYC.
Mike,
Is Mike gonna be in NYC?
Mike,
Is
why
that-
did you buy a $700,000 house in Colorado when how many houses worth 700 that do we have in California?
Oh, stop it. Stop.
Mike, this guy would literally
Every day.
email us
Every
how
day.
many views Jeff Wilson got on his videos
Every day.
compared to us. I have the messages,
Every day.
and then we never hear from this motherfucker anymore. Period. Fuck you.
Every day.
Fuck you, Mike.
Every day.
Fuck you, Mike. Your website doesn't even exist conveniently. Yeah, it doesn't even work. This isn't even a website anymore. So take it off.
His website.
My website actually works when you go to it, Mike.
People pay us to post articles on our website.
Yeah, go to how technology is influencing the casino industry. You think I put this website? You think I wrote this article? You think I wrote this? You motherfucker. I made more on that article than you have on your shop in the last 3 months, you dumb fuck.
Damn, we getting.
I'm pissed.
Wow.
After this,
Should we go another 3 hours?
after this StarStock bullshit, all these guys promoted StarStock, and then I'm getting death threats from employees.
Yeah.
And does Jeff say anything? Did Jeff tell you to get your cards off StarStock? Has Jeff told you that? No, I bet he was talking about PWCC today. I bet you that's what he was talking about today. Did he run an ad for PWCC today? Literally, did he run an ad for PWCC today? Let's go watch. Do you want to watch the video?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is there an ad for PWCC in this video?
I don't know. I don't watch his videos.
No, there's PWCC. You think that's there and he didn't get paid?
Probably not.
Look, there's PWCC right there. You think he didn't get paid for that?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. Y'all go listen to Jeff. Anyways, that's about all we got on this fucking episode. We appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate the super producer, Tim. We appreciate everybody in the chat who is going to get all their money back when we sell this fucking company for $20 million.
Should we total up what we've gotten in super chats and then like donate it back?
All right, yeah, we will. Okay, let's do it. 2, 4, 6.
No, I'm talking
8,
about all time.
10. Oh, all time. We're talking. Yeah. No, trust me, the 20 million's coming.
If we get 20 million, we can put a multiple on that.
Shout out to Auburn Trading Card Show. Our boy Juan. Juan, hit me up. I have some news about the Las Vegas show that I need to talk to you about. So hit me up.
Juan loves me, dude.
Juan's the homie. Juan, first of all, Juan's the one who got us into the Concord Card Show. So appreciate you. Juan and the Auburn Card Show. Honestly, some of the best people in this entire industry. I love everybody up here in Northern California.
He's taken the time to get to know us. You know, I think what you see on social media is one thing. What you see here on the channel is one thing. What, you know what I mean? Like it's not like we're trying to come on here and be fake. But there's a difference between Sports Card Radio on Twitter, Sports Card Radio on Instagram, and then there's Sports Card Radio when you meet them in person. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't going to get on here and talk about my kids. I ain't going to get on here and talk about the hours I've volunteered. I ain't going to get on here and talk about a lot of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's taking the time to get to know us. So we appreciate it. Family man, all love.
And runs one of the best sports card shows in all of California. So
yeah, that too.
Free admission, free parking.
Yeah.
Every time I go there, I probably sell $2,000 to $3,000 worth of shit. So thank you. Actually, thank you, Juan, because every time you have a card show is like $2,000 or $3,000 in my pocket. And actually only like 1 or 2 hours of work because I get bought out in the first hour because the place is so packed and there's so many buyers in the door. So if you've never been to the Auburn Trading Card Show, you need to go. We will be there. And you can come say what's up to us if I haven't already sold my table.
Yeah.
Sullivan Sports Cards keep bringing the heat. And we will until we get that $20 million. And here's the thing. Let me tell you guys what's going to happen. I'm being dead ass serious. Somebody's going to buy us between $10 to $20 million or more. Then they're going to have to hire us because if we just left, what would that be worth? If you just replaced us with Joe Blow, I mean, yeah, maybe they'd have a little bit of audience, but it wouldn't quite be the same initially. So what they're going to do is they're going to pay me and Colin six figures each.
If you, Christine and Allie,
or me
on a live stream, probably okay.
Correct. If you replaced us with males, it might be tough initially. Okay. So somebody's going to pay us between $10 and $20 million. Then they're going to pay us 6 figures each. Then Tim is also going to get a 6-figure salary on top of the 4.2 equity he got from the 20 million. They're going to keep us around for a couple of years. We're going to have all this kind of crazy content that we're going to have to do to try to generate money for this people that just bought us for 20 million. And we are going to keep continuing to bring the heat.
Yeah. To this industry, because that's what people, for whatever reason, don't want to do. They want to write books with little children on the cover and say they're there for investing, or they want to promote Caitlin Clark and that. Swear to God, they've never been to a fucking women's game in their entire. I've probably been to like 300 women's basketball. I mean, look, I think Caitlin Clark's quite lovely, and I think she's a great basketball player. But I believe what Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird said. She's going to be going to that WNBA, and there's going to be grown-ass women there. Period. I agree. Queen City Cards with a $9.99. I tweeted on my work account about a 5th-tier grading company, and I showed you profit. Let's discuss. My fanship is legit. Look, if Jeff Wilson, if Card Collector 2, if Roth Cards, or if any of these people who promoted StarStock wants to promote Tag, HGA, Elite Card Grading, you name the 5th, 6th tier grading companies. I cannot come on. I've been making videos since 2014. I've been taking videos from the National since 2014. Could you imagine if I came on this channel and made a video and talked to you guys about Tag or talk to you guys about HGA, how you should submit cards to them? Could you imagine? Just go to, first of all, I should actually do that because you could just go to the comment section and I would get fucking lit up. Be like, dude, you are the biggest fucking moron in this fucking hobby. Like, what the fuck? Like, you could, it would actually be fun to go to the comments and be like, you've jumped ship. You're the dumbest idiot in the whole entire hobby. Like, what are you thinking? I mean, there was 210 comments on the video I did 2 days ago. If I did a video talking about a 5th tier grading company, and we're talking about a grading company that's not PSA, not Beckett, not CSG, or not BGS,
If I talked about HGA, tag, elite card grading, or any of the other number ones, you could just go to these comment section and there's going to be 500 comments saying that I'm the biggest idiot in the world. And guess what? They'd be exactly right. They would be 100% right to call me out if I promoted a 5th tier grading company. If I promoted a 5th tier marketplace like StarStock, if I come on this channel and promote StarStock, there better be 1,000 comments calling me out. There better be other videos calling us out.
Yeah.
If we promote a website like StarStock, like Dibs, like we tell you guys to put your money on Dibs or StarStock, you should call us out. You better call us out. So if I promote a 5th tier grading company, you better call us out. So Queen City Cards, if you want to use a 5th tier grading company, if anybody else in this hobby wants to use a 5th tier grading company, you could actually probably make a profit doing so. And I'm not going to argue with you. I am absolutely not going to argue with you. But we're just in a slightly different position. I'm not going to argue with the fact that you can make money sending cards to 5th tier grading companies. I get you showed me that you made some profit. I'm not going to argue with you. But I'm in a little different position. I'm kind of like in the position of Geoff Wilson. Is Geoff Wilson promoted Dibs and StarStock to you guys. Now you guys let him off the hook. I actually have a little bit of shame in this industry, and that it's not something I'm going to do. And I'm telling you guys, if I ever promote to you guys a 5th tier grading company or a 5th tier marketplace, please call me out. There better be 1,000 comments calling me out, being like, you're fucking an idiot. You better have gotten $1 million for mentioning HGA. So Queen City Cards, I know your fanship is legit. I know your profits that you've made from 5th tier gradings is legit, and I'm not going to argue with that, but I'm just in a slightly different position to where I literally can't promote those type of brands. Foul Five Ball says all you need is Tim. Exactly. If we didn't have Tim, we wouldn't be worth $20 million. So when we sell for $20 million, that's exactly why he's going to get 800,000 so he can go bang some more married chicks. Point blank period. David Triple X, and we're kind of like in the Triple X period of the program. You promoted fondling cards. You're goddamn right. And we're never going to be ashamed of it. We've been promoting fondling cards, guys.
Hey, you saw the DMs, baby. Fondling cards can pay off, guys.
14 years ago, here's our first video we've ever
God.
put on YouTube. Is a free, actually a freak group break. 14 years ago, this video was put on in March.
Was there anybody even group breaking 14 years ago?
Where's our 300 square foot apartment? That's what I want to see.
Oh,
At
God.
some point, we had this is in the 300 square foot apartment.
Oh,
This video was taken in the 300 square
not
foot
even
apartment.
300. I don't think it's 300 square feet.
Thank you to the 2 people who left a comment on this. First of all, God bless you guys. 13 years ago, leaving a comment on this video. But we lived in a 300 square foot apartment. Here I am opening a box break, giving cards away for free. We literally had $0 to our name. And here we are promoting our website 14 years ago,
Man.
March 31st, 2010. How old were we then? Oh my God, I was skinnier and a lot younger. We pulled a Casey McGee, former San Francisco Giants autograph right there, Milwaukee Brewer legend. And yeah, we were in a 350 square foot apartment 14 years ago, and now our website is worth $20 million. Look at this. Who's Global Sports Cards? You think we did? This is why I'm telling you guys, if you have under 1,000 subscribers and somebody wants to send you something for free, StarStock wants to promote you, Dibs, Geoff Wilson, take it. Global Sports Cards, whoever the fuck that is, let's see if their website still exists.
No.
Over and under. Nope. Yep. Website doesn't exist anymore. So here's a company that doesn't exist anymore. They sent us a free box of Series 2 baseball. We would have been morons not to take that. 1,000 views on a video 13 years ago. That's a fucking shit ton. That's actually quite a bit today. So if you have a small amount of subscribers, you should absolutely take sponsorship opportunities. We're not going to blow you up over here at Sports Card Radio. We're not going to throw you under the bus, because if we were sitting there having lunch and you told me that Dibs or StarStock or Global Sports Cards wanted to sponsor you, I'd be like, bro, you better take that money or I'm going to slap you in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Queen's Kitty Card says, I used Kurt's card care juice on a Max Freed refractor autographed and fucked it all up. I was pissed. Threw that juice out. I think we're thinking about doing some experiments with the juice and with some other things, not to spoil anything, but you know, our uncle was quite literally one of the greatest synthetic chemists in the entire world, quite literally. And so we know a little bit about science experiments. We know a little bit about chemicals, and we know a little bit about setting up experiments. So we are prepared to use the Kurt's card care juice and Queen City Cards, loyal Queen City Cards. He's got the VIP table at the Vegas club too. He's in.
Get the club. Come up with the suite, baby.
Oh, we're going to have a suite the size of motherfucking Geoff Wilson's shop, guys. We're going to have a 14,000 square foot suite in Vegas. We appreciate you guys. We've been doing this quite obviously for a long, I don't think, and again, I think these people who criticize us, they don't even realize this, that we've been doing this since we were living in a 300 square foot apartment in the straight hood in Stockton, California. So there in the background, there's the San Francisco Giants when they won the World Series in 2010. There's the newspaper that is in the very background. They literally had just won the World Series a few weeks prior. So we've been doing this a long time. We can prove it. And so when people are surprised when we go off on people like Wilson, like people like the StarStock employees who pop off at us, it's like, guys, go to your neighborhood, go to the guy who's been living there the longest and this is the older motherfucker, and go to his house, stick your middle finger up at him and see what happens to you. That's basically what a lot of people in this hobby have done. They thought it was okay to shit talk sports card radio. They thought it was okay to stick their middle finger at us. And it's like, guys, we got 11,000 views on a video 12 years ago on a box break of 2010, 2011 Panini Classics basketball. There are videos Geoff Wilson puts up today that actually don't get 11,000 views.
It's crazy.
That's why we can get on all these years later, talk shit on everybody in this fucking industry. Thank you to everybody 11 years ago that was leaving comments on our website. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, everybody in the chat. Look at that camera. Look at the camera. Look at that. Look at that $20,000 apartment we were in Stockton. $20,000 2-bedroom apartment we were in. A lot of things have changed. Come back 10 years from now. We'll be flying in our private jets. Tim will have 7 figures in his bank account. And we will be living next door to King Goldin on 9 acres and a golf course. And we'll own the golf course too. Bob Boozle is a board member. Colin, go ahead.
I was going to say, if we live in next to Ken Goldin and Tim's there, hide your kids.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife, ladies and gentlemen. Kim
Not
Wilson.
But your wife.
Hide your wife.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Tim, would you bang Kim Wilson in front of Geoff? Would you bang Kim Wilson in front of Geoff, Tim? So that's what I want to know.
Yeah,
What the
she's
cat
into
wants to
it. Yeah.
She's into it. All right. So there's the proposition. Geoff, God, I bet you didn't think you were going to get that. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. I'm sufficiently drunk. I'm not high enough. We got to stop so I can go get high. And we will see you when? Next week? If we get our $20 million offer.
Yeah, we won't be here.
We won't be here. If Kim Wilson slides into my DMs, I won't be here.
Did you see my DMs?
Oh my God, you should see his DMs. Like the hottest girl in the hobby is fucking the 2 hottest girls. The 2 hottest girls in the hobby have DM'd this motherfucker. Like, God damn. And I'm just seeing those now.
That's why you need it. That's why you need this.
The 2 hottest girls in this hobby DM'd you, and I'm just seeing this.
That's why you need it. I don't need it. I'm blessed already, baby.
Guys, we'll be back next week. Tim's gonna be $800,000 richer.
Well, hopefully.
Did you dip, Geoff?
Guys, if Collect is worth $4 million, what the fuck? What do you fuck do you think our website's worth?
Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs.
I can actually prove that our website has made money. This page alone has made 6 figures.
Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money. Even better tax-free.
But go on to StarStock and Dibs and fucking submit some money, guys.
Jeff Wilson.
What's the other one? Valley Road.
Jeff Wilson.
Go buy Mickey Mantle's fucking house, guys.
Jeff Wilson.
Collectible.
With your bullshit.
Tiger Woods, 4 birdies in a row tomorrow.
Tiger Woods.
Second place.
Haters can suck a fucking dick.
B-side on the beat.
You guys can keep sucking Caitlin Clark's dick. As far as I'm concerned. Good lord. Let's be real.
What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking.
Her grandma fucking wanted to suck my dick. I thought
it's like 2.3, but Geoff got it all, getting off scot-free.
Tell the truth.
Talk tips like we talking about stock, but you're talking about me.
Well, these StarStock is
stock. When
down.
you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt, cause the market's down and you're a clown. It's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson.
Little white boy, pull up the top, you little white boy.
Did you dip, Geoff? I think you dipped, Geoff. What you talking about? I don't think you dipped yet. Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs, like his whole failed thing with them NFTs, taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are
our
broke,
website
but
worth
that's
20
okay.
mil. Go
He's
break
getting
some
money.
cards.
Even better tax-free.
Go buy and do a
Loving all
rap.
the stimulus from PPP. You ruined
Go
the hobby I
submit
love
some cards
with
to
your
Taz.
bullshit. Jeff Wilson.
Fucking idiot.
Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit.
Go ask
Jeff
Eric
Wilson.
Whiteback and card
Jeff
purchaser
Wilson.
about
Ruined
your
the hobby I
fucking
love with
scam.
your bullshit.
We're worth 20 mil. Bye. Later.